college to become an art teacher. Senior King candidate, Deacon Scott. Deacon is the son of Sarah and Michael Scott. His mother, Sarah, is escorting him this evening. Deacon is a member of Philo's football, golf, and indoor and outdoor track teams. He is also a member of Big Brothers Big Sisters. Outside of school, Deacon likes to hunt, fish, and travel. Deacon plans to attend college and run hurdles in track and field, and study to become a mechanical engineer or to study orthopedics. Senior King candidate, Deacon Scott.
And now it is time for our 2024 Homecoming King and Queen. The 2024 Homecoming King is Josh Gooden.
Did you adjust the slider on it at all? Josh Gooden?
Oh God, I wasn't really ready for this.
Okay.
I just want to thank everybody supporting me
Okay. Give me a
and
second.
the classmates that I have. I love all of you. You mean everything to me. And I'm ready for this football game. I'm ready for the cowboy theme. I'm excited for it. So let's root for the Electrics and let's go Philo.
The 2024 Homecoming Queen is McKenna Staker.
I just want to start by congratulating everybody on the court. We all work really hard to make ourselves a big part of our class, and I think that's something to acknowledge. I want to thank my student body who voted for me. I very, very much appreciate this. I don't think anybody could understand how much this means to me or anybody else standing out here. I just want to say thank you to my family who has helped me make it through the last 4 years. Family's not always blood, and the last 4 years have proven that. And my family is my home and forever will be. So for that, I am forever grateful. Go Electrics.
Student Council would like to thank Fuse Diamond Jewelers for once again donating the Queen's Crown. And thank you to Tracy's Flowers in Roseville for donating the homecoming flowers. Good luck to the football team today!
Sam, are you on board? Are you jumping in, Sam? Are you ready to go? Okay. All right. I'm ready to go. Anytime. Hello. I'm good. Yep.
I don't see the band.
We can come in here in a second.
Okay.
And when they get ready to play that stuff, we can take a break.
Sure.
The band?
Yeah, I haven't seen them.
Why don't both teams will enter from that opposite side? The band. Let's see, the band is.
Oh, there they are. All right.
It's football time in East Central Ohio. From ABC Sports and WWKC, Caldwell Cambridge's KC 105. Now it's time to head for the field for tonight's game on WWKC.
Kickin' Country, KC 105.
Hey again, everybody. Welcome to Week 5 of MVL football here on WWKC 104.9. Kicking Country, where tonight a couple of 2-2 teams will battle it out here at Sam Hatfield Stadium, where the Philo Electrics host these Meadowbrook Colts. Howard Twiggs, glad to be a part of your evening, and we hope it's going to be a good game. We think it's going to be a good game. When we look at the comparison of the two teams, as we said, both 2-2 on the season, both lost their first two games, both to undefeated teams. For Philo, under 15th year head coach Dirk Lincecum, they opened with a 28-14 loss to Athens, undefeated. They lost to New Lex, 43-19, undefeated, and then bounced back with two straight victories against Maysville, 27-17, and Riverview, 61-0. For the Colts, under coach Steve Norman, now in his fourth year, they opened at Tri-Valley, where they lost 43-12, and as we mentioned, the Scotties 4-0 on the season. Came home to be hosting Indian Valley, lost 62-21, and yes, Indian Valley undefeated. Bounced back against Cambridge 46-0, and then last week picked up their second straight win by defeating the previously undefeated Crooksville Ceramics by the score of 40-20. Philo 2-0 in the MVL campaign. Meadowbrook Colts 1-1 on the campaign. Offensively for Philo, they average 30 points a game, but one of their downsides is they give up 22 points a game, so defense will be all important tonight for the Electrics. Meadowbrook, on the other hand, another high-scoring team. They average 29 points a game. Defensively, similar situation as it is with Philo. They surrender 30 points a game, so it would seem likely that the team that can play a little bit better defense tonight may have a distinct advantage. Weather here tonight from Sam Hatfield Stadium, no problem with weather whatsoever. No chance of rain. Hot, 87 degrees as we sit here just before kickoff, and it will probably drop into maybe the 60s after, say, 9:30. So the players will certainly get a good sweat going as they get it teed up here in just a few minutes. A couple of other key MVL games tonight. Sheridan is at John Glenn. That game could go a long way to big school supremacy in the divisions of the higher MVL. And Tri-Valley at New Lex in a crossover game. All four of those teams looking for playoffs and possibly championship run. We're at Philo, and we will take a break. When we return, we'll have more pregame, so stay with us. You're listening to high school football on WWKC 104.9. We'll be back.
It's that time of year again. Football season is upon us. Hey, Mark Kelly here with Bicon Services, wishing all our local teams a great and successful year. As your premier commercial building contractor, Bicon Services is ready to tackle everything from small facility renovations to large industrial expansions. We're here to handle all your commercial and industrial needs under one roof. So while you're out there scoring the winning touchdown, let us work on making your next commercial project a success. Bicon Services, building the future one project at a time.
Looking to buy land? Do you want 5 acres or more, say up to 50 acres? Bruner Land Company off I-77, Vocational Road, Byesville has land for sale. Buy acreage in Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and Indiana. Bruner Land Company has 500 tracts of land to choose from and creative financing for buyers. When it's land you want to buy, it's Bruner Land Company you should call. Bruner Land Company, Byesville, off I-77. Give them a call at 685-3064 or go to brunerland.com.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at The Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
Custom Vehicles of Zanesville is the local spot for all car, truck, marine, and RV accessories. From remote starts, heated seats, stereo equipment, lift kits, WeatherTech products, tonneau covers, toolboxes, strobe lights, Rhino lightings, Z-Bart rust proofing, and undercoating. If it can be found online, they can get it. Stop by their showroom today and see how they can use their expertise to enhance your vehicle. Your local real truck preferred dealer. Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, 3619 Old Falls Road, customvehicleszan.com.
Got friends or family outside the area?
Call them.
Tell them they can listen to this game right now
Online
at yourradioplace.com.
KC 105.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sam Hatfield Stadium, here where the Philo Electrics 2-2 on the campaign will host the Meadowbrook Colts, likewise 2-2 on the season. Meadowbrook won the coin toss. They deferred to the second half, so Philo will, in fact, receive the football to begin the game. The colors tonight for each team: Meadowbrook will be in their orange pants with white stripes along the pants, white jerseys with brown numerals, and helmets of a sort of off gold, brown, auburn type color. So one of the new shinier helmets tonight for the Meadowbrook Colts. The Philo Electrics will be in their home blue uniforms with the gold numerals and trim. This game will probably present a contrast in styles. Meadowbrook under Coach Steve Norman has really aired it out this year with four-year starter Justice Huey. Justice Huey has now become the all-time leading passer for the Colts, and he is not afraid to wing it. We have seen him throw the ball up to 50 times in a game. So Justice Huey and the Colts will most likely be looking to throw the ball. Whereas Philo, on the other hand, they are a ground control team. They are led by a first-year quarterback, Jack Lincecum. Their top running back, Talon Preston, has been the quarterback, but I think Coach Lincecum and the guys said, hey, we've got to get Dirk Lincecum, or we've got to get Jack Lincecum on the field. So Talon Preston made the switch. Now, he's also a dual threat. He can catch the ball. Obviously, he can run the ball in good fashion, and we may even see him throw the ball on some sort of gadget play tonight. So Talon Preston and the Philo Electrics will present a running game style for the Electrics tonight. key players for Meadowbrook are the running back, Braden Black and Aiden Farrell. Also, Justice Huey can run the football, the quarterback. Top receivers for the Colts are Landon Kuhn, Bentley Seedor, Aiden Farrell, and Braden Black out of the backfield. We are awaiting word on Nick Norman. We are unsure. We're going to find out before the start of the game whether Nick Norman is going to play. So keep an eye on that. If our numbers are correct and he is across the far side of the field wearing number 8, he is not dressed. So we will try to figure that out before we go on with the start of the game. For the Electrics, again under Jack Lincecum, they will be a ground game with Talon Preston, Talon Bailey, the fullback. Also seeing some running action tonight will be Rusty Trout and Slade Sprankle. Receiving for the Electrics, Alex Evans, Talon Preston again out of the backfield, Adam Mahan. They will also have tight ends Spencer Shook, Cam Stoner. Deacon Scott will also be one of the receivers. Cole Cash and Grant Carpenter will also be receiving threats for the Electrics. So we are just about ready to tee it up for the start of the football game. We want to remind you that this game is brought to you by our great sponsors, and they include Valentine Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, WB Green Insurance, Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, Rogers Company, Greg's Motor Sales, Mikey's Auto Body, Bicon Services, Great Clips of Zanesville, Shriver's Pharmacy, Doan Ford, Allen Hunter State Farm, People's Bank, and West 40 Auto Sales. And again, that is our list of sponsors for the night. We want to also remind you that Valentine Insurance sponsors our kickoffs. Scoreboard updates are brought to you by Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Finance. WB Green Insurance sponsors our first downs, and we have some post-game awards tonight. Great Clips of Zanesville will sponsor the play of the game. The player of the game from Plus One Pizza will go to the outstanding young man from Meadowbrook, and the Lock 9 Pizza player of the game will go to one of the Philo recipients. The lineman of the game will be from Guernsey Muskingum Electric, and that will be a young man from both teams. So we are set to begin the football game. Kicking off for the Colts will be Haley Arnold, and back will be Talon Preston and Adam Mahan. They will be set up right around the 20-yard line. Officials wait to get the clock set down as it's still running down, and we will have a momentary delay. So both teams are on the field and ready to go. As you look at your radio dial, Philo will be going left to right. The Meadowbrook Colts will obviously be going right to left. Wind not a factor, and we are set to go here in about 5 seconds as the clock finally makes its way down. Glad to be a part of your evening on WWKC 104.9. Howard Twiggs on the call, and we now, I believe, should start the football game, and here we go. Again, Mahan and Preston back deep. And actually kicking off, that's going to be a change for Meadowbrook. It's going to be Casey Clendenning, who's normally the punter. So Haley Arnold was listed as the original kickoff, and instead it will be Clendenning. So Clendenning will boot it away. There's the whistle, and we start the football game. Meadowbrook does the fake into the line, trying to draw Philo off sides for a cheapy 5 yards. And now Clendenning will boot it again. There it is. It's a squib kick, picked up at the 30, 45-yard line and tackled immediately by Michael Ray, where the Electrics coming up with that is Grant Carpenter. So nice job by Carpenter on a little squib kick trying to catch the Electrics offside. So Philo with great field position as we begin the football game. And the play clock will start. The game clock did not start, so the play clock will start on the official signal. Now we'll get a stoppage of play as the officials want to get things straightened out after that kick. So let's see if they decide to maybe shorten a little bit of the clock by way of the not starting, or just, well, they're going to start it down now to 11:50 and down to 49, 48, 47, 46, 45. Seems hard to believe that that play could have taken 20 seconds, now down to 22 seconds. And they're going to get a discussion on the sideline with the coaching staff from both teams, as the clock is still running down now to 11:28. And one would only hope that the scoreboard clock can get corrected to go back to either 12 minutes or perhaps 11:55, somewhere in that neighborhood, because if we've got to run it down all the way to 0, we're going to be here just a few minutes. So a scoreboard malfunction starts us off a little bit behind schedule. Philo will have the football after the short kickoff by Meadowbrook. And let's see what the officials and the clock folks decide to do. They are still running it down to the 10:50 mark. And it's kind of tough on the players and coaches and fans, I would think, because you've got so much excitement and momentum built up that you really just want to get it going. And then when you've got a clock malfunction on the opening kickoff, and there doesn't seem to be any answers as we speak regarding how they're going to reset the clock. The actual play only took 5 to 6 seconds. It was a short little squib kick by Clendenning, fielded by Carpenter at his 45-yard line. Took a couple of steps and was thrown back officially to the 42. And now the officials are still running down the clock. So that gives us an opportunity to talk a little bit more about the two teams. Meadowbrook, when they are on defense, they will employ a four-man front. Clock, by the way, still moves down to 9:50 and still running. So I, like everyone else in the stadium, are continuing to wonder, will they have to run it down all the way to 0? And the officials are mic'd, but we don't have any kind of indication. We'll take a break. We'll step aside for a couple minutes. We'll get it figured out here between Philo and Meadowbrook back in 2.
Introducing the 2021 Ford F-150 Super Cab XL 4x4, now available at Doane Ford. With very low miles, this truck is ready to tackle any job with its 2.7-liter V6 EcoBoost engine and tow technology package. Enjoy a stylish look with the chrome appearance package and stay safe on the road with Ford Copilot 360 2.0 and auto high beam headlamps. Price to sell, it's an unbeatable deal. Don't miss out. Call Doane Ford 740-782-1965 or visit DoaneFord.com today.
There's something about a fresh haircut from the friendly, skilled stylists at Great Clips that just makes life, well, greater. The sun shines brighter. Your step feels springier. Even your jokes are funnier. And the best part? When you use Great Clips online check-in, you can get in for a haircut without having to rearrange your day or your budget. Download the app today and start feeling that much greater in just a few taps. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Greg Motor Sales, located at 2840 South River Road in Zanesville, would like to wish all the local high school athletes good luck with their upcoming season. At Greg Motor Sales, they sell used cars starting at $39.95 and up and have financing options available. If you're looking for your next affordable and reliable car, give Greg Motor Sales a call at 740-454-7060 or visit their website, gregsmotorsales.net.
For exceptional auto body repairs, visit Mikey's Auto Body at 1934 Neal Avenue. We're a faith-based company offering 20 years of trusted experience. Enjoy up to half off your deductible with seamless services with all insurance providers. Count on our skilled team for high-quality, honest repairs. Drive with confidence. Choose Mikey's Auto Body for all your repair needs. Give us a call today at 740-319-1550.
We are back to the action where the scoreboard clock will be kept on the field as the guys up in the press box couldn't get it right on the first play from scrimmage. Jack Lincecum has a short completion, good to 3 yards, and quick up to the huddle come the Electrics. And it will be 2nd down and 7 for Philo in the pistol formation with Talon Preston as the receiver. Preston will go to the right, be met head on, and maybe a yard on the carry. By the way, that first completion was to Alex Evans for 3 yards. Glendenning on the tackle that time for Meadowbrook. Officially, they give a gain of 2 for Preston. 3rd down and 7 for the Electrics. They will stay with Preston in the backfield. Just beginning, we were in the early stages of the first quarter. Ford wide receiver package. High snap to Lincecum. Has a man, has a completion. It's going to be short, as that's going to be Evans on the catch for about 4 yards, but it's just not going to be enough. And the Electrics will punt it away.
First quarter, Ford wide receiver
right
package. High snap to Lincecum. Has a man, has a completion. It's going to be short.
Let's see if they decide to go for it. It's going to be 4th and close to 3, and I think they may stay on the field. So the Electrics' early gamble here, as it's going to be 4th down and 3, ball right at midfield, and they are going to go for it here, are the Philo Electrics. So big defensive stand possibly for Meadowbrook, and we're going to get a false start. No flag. Yes, there is the flag. So the false start will go against the Electrics. That will push them back 5 yards, and I would think that would put them into a punting situation. Now let's see what the Electrics decide to do. They had a little bit of movement on the right side of the line, and they will in fact punt the football away. So Meadowbrook back deep will be, it looks like Bentley Cedar awaiting the punt. Now the officials say the game clock should be 10:02. It's nice to have officials who are mic'd. That's a big plus. So there's a timeout on the field. Well, it really shouldn't be, because the play was live. So punting away for the Electrics will be Mason Runkle. And as we say, back deep for the Colts will be Braylon Lowry. Short kick. It's going to hit at the 38-yard line and sail out of bounds. So just a 12-yard punt for the Electrics. And Meadowbrook will take over with pretty good field position. 9:50 to go here in the first quarter. And the Colts will have the football for the first time. Justice Huey, we talked about in the pregame, very capable passer. Philo, 4-man defensive front. They have the 2 linebackers inching up to try and put a little bit of pressure on Huey. They will go with a running play instead. That's big room running for the Colts, and that's a 1st down and more for Braden Black, as Black picks up 14 right in the middle of the Philo defense, and then quick snap for the Colts. They'll go right back to it again, and that is Black again, and maybe a gain of just 2 that time. So Philo came out with the quick snap, and Meadowbrook on their 1st and 2nd down. Trying the same thing. Now they will look to the sideline for the play clock, as the clock is moving here in the first quarter. No score. Philo went 3 and out. Colts have the football in Meadowbrook territory, or I should say in Philo territory at the 45-yard line. Back to pass is Huey. Gets a lot of heat inside, has a completed pass, has a 1st down. That is Bentley Cedar, and that is good enough for 17 yards. So Justice Huey, 1 of 1 passing. Bentley Cedar, 17-yard reception for the Colts. And they are threatening now as they have it 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line. Mahan on the tackle that time for the Colts. Officially, they will mark it at the 28-yard line for Meadowbrook. Clock moving here in this first quarter. They will go straight ahead, and not much running room this time for Black, is maybe a gain of 1, and that's about it. Braden Black, 3 carries, 17 yards here in this first quarter on the opening drive for the Meadowbrook Colts. From Sam Hatfield Stadium, glad to be a part of your MVL Friday evening here on KC 104.9. Second down and 9 for Meadowbrook. Justice Huey, shotgun formation. He will be back to pass. Deep drop. Has a man wide open. Has it down to the 20, to the 18, down to the 15-yard line. And that is a completed pass to Justice Huey to Braylon Lowry. And Braylon Lowry has enough for a first down, so he gets 12. Justice Huey, 2 of 2, 29 yards for the Colts. And they will have it first and 10 at the 15-yard line of Philo. Huey back to pass, gets it to Cedar. Cedar to the right side, to the 5, to the end zone, and a touchdown. Bentley Cedar, touchdown pass of 17 yards from Justice Huey. That's his second catch of the evening. So a 17-yard pass for the Colts. Puts them on the board. And Haley Arnold will be on for the extra point. As the Colts jump up to the 6-0 lead, and Arnold, young lady who's made great progress according to all those who observed the kicking for the Colts. Kick is on the way. Oh, it hits the upright and bounces away that close. So we'll take a 60-second break. We'll come back at 6-0, Meadowbrook over Philo.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school football. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, cabin, seasonal home, a garage, or even farm equipment, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website, patronsbuckeye.com.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client. You're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
This kickoff brought to you by Valentine Insurance, and first downs on that 63-yard drive by Meadowbrook were brought to you by WB Green Insurance. Clendenning this time boots it away heavy down to the 27-yard line. It's Preston. Aiden Farrell meets him up at the 36-yard line. Preston refusing to go down. Penalty flags flying all over. Preston still not down as he was gang tackled, and something happened in the middle of that skirmish. Somewhere, somebody, most likely a personal foul, as 2 flags flew. Preston went right to the middle of the field, and Aiden Farrell and company all over him. Personal foul goes on a face mask against Meadowbrook, so that will be the Colts' first penalty of the game, and that will cost them 15 yards. So Philo will have good field position once again, and they will get to officially Meadowbrook territory, as the ball will be placed at the Colt 49-yard line. Generous spot for the Electrics on that one. They will stay with the pistol formation. Lincecum with Preston behind him. And the Colts up to the line of scrimmage. Now they'll go with the I as Lincecum goes under center. It'll be Preston trying to find a hole. He breaks it and down to the 40. Hard running. Knocked out of bounds, but he will have enough for a first down. Will Talon Preston. Great job that time by Preston of keeping his balance. 18, Landon Kuhn on the tackle that time. So Talon Preston gets 14 and sets up a first down for the Electrics. This is opening up to the kind of game we expected. Both teams 2-2, very evenly matched. Philo more of the running game, Meadowbrook passing. Preston again up the middle, breaks another tackle, gets down to the 31-yard line. Gain of 5 that time for Talon Preston. 3 carries for 21 yards, stopped by Cooper McManaway for the Colts. So 2nd down and 5 for Meadowbrook, or I should say Philo. Lincecum. Let's see if they stay with that I formation. They, in fact, will. Bailey as the up back, Preston behind him. It's a little bit of an offset I with Lincecum under center, 4-man front for the Colts. It'll be Preston again, and he gets to the 30-yard line and no more. So plenty of work early on for Talon Preston, as now Meadowbrook will defensively face a 3rd down and 4 for the Electrics. Clendenning on the tackle that time for the Colts. Meadowbrook, their 2nd possession. They punted on their first. Philo gave the ball up. Meadowbrook came down, scored on a 63-yard drive after the kickoff. Philo's putting together pretty good drive. They will stay with that offset again with Talon Bailey, Talon Preston. 3rd down, no doubt 4-down territory. Preston again, and he is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. And my goodness, Mr. Preston's certainly going to get a workout, as he's going to lose a yard. And that will make it now 4th down and 5.5 to 6 for the Electrics. And if they were going to go for it earlier when they had the football, so there's no doubt they're going to do it again this time. So Lincecum gets some directions from the sideline, and clock is moving at 5:40 of the first quarter. Meadowbrook leads Philo 6-0, and Lincecum under center, yet to attempt a pass. No, I should say he has attempted 2. It's going to be Preston. He breaks a tackle. He breaks down to the 20, to the 15. He is going to be gone. He is going to have a 26-yard touchdown run, is Talon Preston. He broke to the left side, and he was long gone as the corners had come up. And for Philo, they have a chance to take the lead. As Talon Preston on a great-looking drive by the Electrics. They go for it on 4th down, and they score on the Preston run. They're waiting the extra point try for the Electrics. And that will be Adam Albury. And the kick on the way, I should say, is good. It's not Adam Albury. Check that. That is Camden Stoner, I should say. All right. We will keep it right here where Philo is now on top of Meadowbrook, 7-6. The Colts, however, will get the football back, and Philo answers with a nice drive. They were benefited by a penalty going against the Colts of a personal foul by way of the face mask. Back deep for Meadowbrook Colts will be Braylon Lowry and Bentley Seedor. They'll make that Aiden Farrell back deep. Cohen Davis, who, by the way, did kick the extra point. I apologize for Meadowbrook. He will kick off. This kickoff sponsored by Valentine Insurance. And Meadowbrook trailing now 7-6 here midway of the first quarter. Lowry's kick on the way will be deep, and that may go into the end zone. And nope, it's going to be fielded by Farrell inside his 5-yard line, up to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, still on his feet, up to the 40, to the 41-yard line. So excellent kickoff return that time by Aiden Farrell, and that's going to be good for 36 yards, and Meadowbrook will begin their second drive of the game. Braylon Black had 3 carries for 17 yards on their opening drive. Justice Huey was 3 of 3 for 46 yards. And I do not see Nick Norman out there, one of the top receivers for the Colts. So Nick Norman, as far as we know, not playing to this point of the game. Justice Huey in the shotgun, looks, going to go to the midfield area, got a man, got a completion, and it's going to be good enough for the WB Green Insurance first down. That's Braylon Lowry on the catch, and that's going to be good enough for 13 yards. 4 of 4 now for 49 yards. And into Meadowbrook territory are the Colts. They will run it up the middle. Good running room. Good enough for a first down for Braden Black. 13 yards on that carry. Well, to this point of this first quarter, although Philo did move the ball and score, Meadowbrook has had very little trouble moving the football on both their first and now second possession. 4:30 to go. It's going to be Black again. This time he is stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Clendenning. Gain of a couple that time for the Electrics. Bernard also in on the tackle, and Hartman on the tackle that time for the Electrics. Back to pass is Huey. Looking down the middle of the field, got a man, got a completion, got enough for another first down for Meadowbrook. Jacob Burris on the reception that time for the Colts. Jacob Burris, good enough for 14, and Meadowbrook just really rolling on offense. First down, a WB Green Insurance first down. It's going to be Black trying to turn the corner, and he is knocked down at the 11-yard line. Good enough for 3 yards, so make it second down. They officially give him 4, so make it second down and 6 for the Colts. Carpenter on the tackle that time for the Electrics. So the Meadowbrook Colts looking good here on both drives. They have it second down and 6. Ball is at the 12-yard line of the Philo Electrics. That's Huey in the shotgun with Braden Black next door. Huey going to pass again. Looks to the sideline. Going to be holding, I believe, against Meadowbrook as the flag came out along the offensive line. We'll see if Philo decides to refuse the penalty as it was an incomplete pass. There's a hold. There's a hold against the Electrics, or I should say the Colts. And they are, in fact, going to take the penalty. So Meadowbrook penalized twice now here in this first quarter. So make it second down and 15, or 22. Huey rolls to his left. Going to set up a screen to Black. Got it down to the 20. Knocked out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Back to the original line of scrimmage. So they got the penalty yards back. And Braden Black has his first catch of the game. So make it third down now for the Colts. They go quickly to the line of scrimmage as they do not huddle. And Philo may have jumped off sides. There's the penalty flag. Let's see if they were drawn. They, in fact, were not. So the Electrics, that is their second penalty for 10 yards here in this first quarter. All right, so that is going to bring up enough for a first down. That's a WB Green Insurance first down for the Meadowbrook Colts. They get one by way of the penalty. 3 minutes and 2 seconds to go. It's going to be first and goal for the Meadowbrook Colts at the 7-yard line. In the pistol is Braden Black behind Justice Huey. Black will go straight ahead, cuts to the 5, inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. Braden Black, his 7th carry for 39 yards. Braden Bernard on the tackle that time for the Philo Electric. So second down and goal for the Meadowbrook Colts. They have Landon Coons split out wide. They do not go his direction. Instead, they hand off to Black. He slips at the 5-yard line. No gain on the play. So Philo defense holds. That will make it now third down and goal from the 5-yard line. Savage on the tackle for the Philo Electric. So Philo putting up a good defensive stand here, trying to hold Meadowbrook out of the scoreboard. The Colts do trail 7-6. They had the opening kickoff. March down the field. Philo came right back, and now it's Meadowbrook's turn. Third down and goal for the Colts. Huey with Braden Black next to him. Timeout on the field as Philo is going to take a timeout. We'll keep it right here and let you know that kickoffs tonight are brought to you by Valentine Insurance. Scoreboard updates, Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance. First downs, WB Green Insurance. And our list of sponsors include Valentine Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, WB Green Insurance, Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, the Rogers Company, Greg's Motor Sales, West 40 Auto Sales, People's Bank, Allen Hunter State Farm, Doan Ford, Shriver's Pharmacy, Great Clips of Zanesville, Bicon Services, and Mikey's Auto Body. Philo takes the first time out of the game, and the situation is that the Meadowbrook Colts will have it 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line of the Colts. Huey will have Braden Black in the backfield with him. He will have 4 receivers in the set. And now the officials say, okay, let's go ahead and play. So Huey in the shotgun. Snap on the way. Back to pass. 3-step drop. Looks, can't find anybody. We'll find a man now. Finally, drop. No, it's picked. It's picked. That may go the entire distance for Talon Preston. Preston down to the 40, the 30, the 20, 10. Say goodnight. Talon Preston, a 99-yard interception return. Talon Preston for the Electrics, and lightning just struck from Sam Hatfield Stadium. Huey had plenty of time. Looked probably could have ran into the end zone as the defensive pressure wasn't there in the middle. However, tried to force it into the end zone. Preston playing from the corner spot, and bang, bang, goes 99 yards to give Philo the lead. Wow, what a turn of events here from Sam Hatfield Stadium as Talon Preston really does damage to the Meadowbrook Colts, and they await the extra point due. The Philo Electrics trying to go up 14-6. There's the kick. It's on the way, and it is good. We'll take a break, add up some of our numbers here as it's 14-6 in favor of Philo.
Fall means cooler temperatures and the changing of the seasons. The Rogers Company is ready with all heating services. They install furnaces, geothermal, ductless systems for both residential and commercial. They provide repairs and maintenance to all makes and models. On the commercial side, they're the area's refrigeration company. Put the Rogers Company team to work for you. Call 740-685-8677. The Rogers Company says, go Colts.
You say you like offense? Well, you've come to the right place because we've had 3 possessions and 3 touchdowns, although the Philo Electrics have just scored 1 defensively as Talon Preston goes the distance on a pick 6. And boy, that may have to be a school record. I can't imagine anything deeper than that. So great job by Talon Preston. And we told you in the pregame, he is a converted running back, but also does great, or converted quarterback, also now a running back, but also plays great defense. So back deep for the stunned Meadowbrook Colts will be Lowry, and he will have the football up to the 6, up to the 20. Good running room up to the 23-yard line for Meadowbrook. That's Braylon Lowry, and so Philo up officially 13-6 at kickoff, brought to you by Valentine Insurance. So Colts with some work to do, and boy, what a change that was. Meadowbrook's Justice Huey, 6 of 6 in the first quarter for 73 yards. Braden Black, 8 carries for 39 yards. So Meadowbrook will have it 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. Yeah, stay with the same formation with Black in the backfield. Huey, shotgun formation, calls it out. Now halts things and resets the play, and now he'll move Black, and that may be too much time. Yeah, Meadowbrook, I don't know if they were trying to change from him. Maybe they got the timeout. So the play clock had run down. The officials threw the flag, the back judge, for the delay of game. However, the sideline coaches for Meadowbrook were able to get the timeout just before the flag, so the flag is officially picked up. So Meadowbrook charged with their first timeout of the first half. So Huey had Black to his left, switched him to his right, had a long signal count, looked over to the sidelines, and by all that time, it was obvious that they were going to run out of play clock. So wise decision by the coaching staff for the Colts to take the TO. And then with 1:37, Meadowbrook will have it 1st and 10 inside their own 25-yard line. Now they'll put the pistol back in formation with Huey and Black. 3 receiver set, tight end, and Black. Good running room up to the 30, 33-yard line. Ball is on the ground. It looks as though it's going to be a fumble, and it's going to go Philo's way. In fact, it is going to be 1st and 10 for the Electrics. So, fumble that time by Black, and things are, here in this last couple minutes, certainly not going the way of the Meadowbrook Colts. Philo will have it. 1st and 10 at the Meadowbrook 34-yard line. Let's see if Meadowbrook can answer defensively, as they have been stunned. First, a 99-yard interception return for a touchdown, and now a fumble recovery, so they have it 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line of the Colts. Colts are reeling. They'll back to pass will be Lincecum. He's going to go to the end zone. He's got a man. He's got a touchdown. That is going to be a touchdown pass of 34 yards from Jack Lincecum. And that will go to Adam Mahan, 34 yards. And that, my friends, was a beautiful ball. He was behind the secondary, and it is now 19-6 in favor of Philo. Let's see if they elect to go for 2. Up 19-6 with 1:22 to go. And Meadowbrook, I'm just not sure that they actually recovered. Let's see if they get a timeout to decide whether they're going to go for the 2. They're going to take a timeout here and decide they're going to go for 2, so we'll keep it right here. So a 34-yard pass from Jack Lincecum to Adam Mahan. And we are awaiting the decision on the 2-point try for Philo. 19-6, if you're just joining us, Meadowbrook went on top 6-0, but in the span of just 8 or 9 minutes, the Electrics have put on 3 touchdowns, and they are on top 19-6 here in this first quarter. And Meadowbrook, as I say, I'm not sure the Colts have really recovered mentally from that 99-yard return by Preston, because they were on the way. Now it looks like Philo will go for 2, as it's going to be Preston in the backfield. Is he going to be in the Wildcat, I wonder? He is in the backfield, and Preston in the Wildcat. There he is. He's got the football. Now he's going to throw it. Oh, my goodness. Just underthrown to a wide open receiver in the corner of the end zone on a little bit of trickery. So 19-6 in favor of Philo. And here in this last probably 8 or 9 minutes, they haven't done too much wrong. So the Philo Electrics really trying to put it all on Meadowbrook. That pass was intended for Starner, and back deep for the Colts again is Braylon Lowry, and he will be joined by Aiden Farrell. Waiting the kickoff for the Valentine Insurance kickoff. Cohen Davis will be the kickoff specialist for the Electrics. They are up 19-6 here in the first quarter from Sam Hatfield Stadium. Kick on the way by Davis. Good one. Nice deep. Fielded by Lowry at the 11, to the 20, to the 25, to the 27-yard line. So Meadowbrook with some work to do. They trail 19-6. Keep in mind they led 6-0 before a series of events have put the Electrics in great shape. So I do not think Meadowbrook will get away from their game plan, which to this point has had some balance to it. Justice Huey 6 passes and Braden Black 8 runs. And 1st and 10 for the Colts. Clock at 1:16 officially of the first quarter. Officials blow the whistle. Penalty flag down. Illegal procedure goes against the Colts. I'm thinking that Huey may have some difficulty with trying to get his guys lined up properly. He's trying to maybe draw Philo off sides with a different kind of cadence, but that cost them a false start and 5 yards. That's their third penalty for 25 yards here in the first quarter for the Colts. 1st and 15. They'll keep it on the ground with Black and nowhere to go. Braden Black back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a loss of a couple. So Philo has definitely tightened things up here as they have the lead and the momentum. And a loss of 3 that time for Black. Savage on the tackle for the Philo Electric. 2nd down for Meadowbrook. They'll keep Black on the hip of Justice Huey. Huey back to pass. Looks, got a man over the middle, got a completion, got a 1st down. That's Braden Lowry. Lowry all the way down to the 45-yard line of Philo. That's good enough for 31 yards and the 1st down. Boy, Meadowbrook really needed that. 7 of 7 for 104 yards. That's a WB Green Insurance 1st down. Meadowbrook right to the line of scrimmage, and it's Black. Black tests the middle of that, and Philo has really done a nice job of sealing off that interior after the first drive, as no gain on that time for Braden Black. Wheeler on the tackle that time for the Electrics. 2nd down for Meadowbrook. Back to pass is Huey. Got a man over the middle and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Tough hit by Philo. And boy, that really took the starch out of Michael Ray. He was hammered right over the middle of the field by one of the Philo defenders. And some on the Meadowbrook side think maybe it was a hitting a defenseless receiver, if there's such a thing in high school football, but no penalty flag. The officials deemed that it just was a good hit. So incomplete pass for Justice Huey. That is his 1st incomplete, and Michael Ray receiving some medical attention on the field. It will be 3rd down and 9 for the Meadowbrook Colts. Ball will be at the 44-yard line. Officials walking over to the sideline of the Meadowbrook Colts. I think they're Colts over there wanting some answers. And none coming at this point. So Michael Ray still down on the field receiving some medical help. He took just a huge shot right in the ribs. He came over the middle. The ball sailed a little bit by Huey, and then the defender came up and just cracked him right in the ribs as he was jumping for the pass. So Michael Ray still trying to get up, and maybe a couple of things. Certainly we won't try to play doctor here, but the good news is that he is up on his feet, and hopefully we'll be back in the very near future. So tough hit, tough kid, and make it 3rd down for the Meadowbrook Colts. Now a penalty flag must have flown because Meadowbrook, Oh, they are saying the end of the first quarter, so they let the clock run out. My apologies. The clock ran out, so Meadowbrook will have it 3rd down and 9. They did not stop the clock for the injury. They ran it, and now all of a sudden we're going to start the second quarter. So more chicanery on the clock here at Sam Hatfield Stadium. So we begin the second quarter with Meadowbrook 3rd down and 9 in Philo territory. Huey over to Cedar. Cedar nowhere to go, short gain, and Philo does a great job of scouting that out. And Bentley Cedar has his 3rd catch for 35 yards, and now 4th down and 9 for the Colts. And boy, Philo's defense has really played well here after the opening drive and then the 99-yard return. Well, 4th down, Meadowbrook's going to go for it. They are at the Philo 45-yard line. They trail 19-6 here. Clock moving, second quarter. Huey has room, can run. Now he'll unload. Got a pass, got a completion, got a 1st down to the 28-yard line. That's Braylon Lowry, good for 13 yards. So Braylon Lowry having a huge night. That's his 4th catch for 69 yards for Braylon Lowry. Lincecum on the tackle that time for the Electrics, but it's going to be a WB Green Insurance 1st down for the Meadowbrook Colts. They go back to the line of scrimmage quickly. It's Black. Black busts to the right side down to the 23-yard line. Gain of 6 that time for Braden Black. He is up to 11 carries for 43 yards. Runkle on the tackle that time for the Colts, or should say the Electrics. 10:40 to go. Huey looks to the sideline again. Watch that play clock. 10:30 to go. Black next to him to the right side. Huey looks, in trouble. Will throw it to Lowry. Lowry's got a 1st down inside the 10-yard line. Gain of 11 that time on a nice ball from Justice Huey. That is Braylon Lowry's. Now quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Let's say that's Lowry's 5th catch. They go right to the line of scrimmage on a WB Green Insurance 1st down, and Braden Black, no running room for the Colts. He now has 12 carries, 43 yards, does Braden Black. A lot of work for him in this first half. 2nd down and goal for Meadowbrook. And we'll go on a quick pass. That's Cedar. Cedar, nowhere to go, and a little out cut. And that's good enough for maybe a yard. So make it 3rd down and goal. If you're just joining us, it's 19-6. Philo over Meadowbrook. Meadowbrook, though, has it 3rd and goal at the 9.5-yard line for the Colts. Back to pass is Huey. Looks again, will run down to the 5, down to the 3-yard line. So it will be decision time now for the Colts as Huey gets 5 yards. It's going to be 4th down from the 3-yard line. And by the way, new running back in for the Colts. That is Colton Snyder. Back to pass is Huey. Huey's in trouble, and down he goes. Sacked that time by the Electrics. And Philo will take over after the sack. What a great job. Wow, big play. Philo comes up with it. That is Camden Stoner on the sack. So Meadowbrook denied. Philo with 8:46 to go here in the first half will take back over. And wow. And Philo balanced offense to this point. They have it 1st and 10. And Meadowbrook back on defense with 8:46 to go. Electrics 19-6. Let's see, they will bring back out Preston, I'm sure, Lincecum. And they will stay with Preston in the pistol formation. He will go straight up the middle and stay on his feet and get up to the 17-yard line. Gain of 6 that time. 7 carries for 54 yards for Talon Preston. 2nd and 5 for the Electrics. They are on top 19-6. Officially the ball on the 17-yard line. Preston remains in the backfield. 2 wide receivers set, wing back. Here comes a errant snap. Preston has it. He's going to be knocked down maybe at the 1-yard line. It was a high snap. It went over the head of Lincecum. Preston, as the deep back, was able to catch it, but could absolutely get no momentum. So he will be officially tackled by Landon Kuhn at the 1-yard line. So that is going to be a loss of 16. It's going to be 3rd down and 17 for the Electrics. And well, now they officially are going to place the ball at the 5. So even though Preston was pushed back near the goal line, they're going to say his momentum stopped at the 5. So 3rd and 17 on their own 5-yard line for the Electrics. Another whistle will stop things. What are we going to get? Timeout by Philo. Well, that'll give us a chance to say that that is their 3rd timeout of this first half. Kickoffs tonight brought to you by Valentine Insurance. Scoreboard updates: the Bradley lending team with First Ohio Home Finance. First downs, WB Green Insurance. Also, we want to remind you that, hey, we've got a halftime show. Our friend Brett Klein puts together a little package during the week, and stick around for that. And you might learn a thing or two and possibly be entertained to the point of just total exhaustion. 19-6, 7:19 to go here in this first half. Philo uses its 3rd and final timeout. And interesting situation for the Electrics, as I don't think they necessarily want to put the ball in the air. They may be content with a 2-score lead just to try and run it and punt it, and hopefully get a good punt off for Philo. They will have Bailey in the backfield. That's Talon Bailey. And looks like Talon Preston will be one of the wide receivers. Lincecum will hand to Bailey. Bailey cuts to the right side, to the 10, to the 20, to the 30. Still on his feet, up to the 40. He's at midfield, and wow, that is a 45-yard run by Talon Bailey, and a WB Green Insurance first down. Not a complicated play, just great blocking along the right side by the Electrics, but a penalty flag does fly, so some of this may be negated. Maybe an illegal block along the way, but a great run by Talon Bailey. Officials get things sorted out. A lot of yellow stuff tonight on the field. So they do give Bailey the first down. They do knock Philo back 10 yards for the illegal block in the back. Well, that is penalty number 3 for the Electric. So Philo will have it 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Officially 25-yard run by Bailey. 1st and 10 for the Electric, 6:50 to go first half. That will be a give to, is that Bailey again up to the 30-yard line? Nope, it's going to be Preston back into the game at the deep spot. Preston good enough for 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Landon Kuhn and Michael Ray, good to see him back on the field on the tackle for the Colts. Philo up 19-6 here in the first half. Meadowbrook reeling just a bit. Preston remains in the backfield. Lincecum in the shotgun. Here comes Meadowbrook on a blitz to the corner to Mahan. Got a completed pass. Maybe enough for a first down, as Adam Mahan has his 2nd catch, and it's a WB Green Insurance first down. Nice pass that time by Lincecum, who's 4 of 4 for 47 yards. So first down for Philo Electrics. 6 minutes and the clock moving here in the first quarter, or first half rather. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line are the Electrics. It's going to be Preston. Preston cuts to the left side, breaks a tackle, but can't escape another one. Nice job defensively that time by the Meadowbrook Colts, and a really good tackle by Will Smalley. So Preston did manage to gain 5 yards. Talon Preston. 2nd and 5 for the Electrics. They have used all 3 of their timeouts, by the way, should they get down deep into Meadowbrook territory and have a clock running issue. So Meadowbrook, if they can get a stop here, they do have a couple of timeouts. 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Philo 19-6, they lead, 2nd down and 5. Lincecum will pitch to Preston, stuffed right at the line of scrimmage by Smalley again, and he will lose a couple. So great job by Meadowbrook stringing that play out. So 3rd down now, passing situation for Meadowbrook to defensively get the football back, as Philo now in a little bit of a situation. They do have the 2-score lead, but I don't think they want to give the football up with this much time here in the second quarter, especially with the explosive arm of Justice Huey. So 3rd down and 7 officially for the Electrics. Back to pass is going to be Lincecum. Got a man down the field, got a completion. It's Mahon. Say goodnight. There it is. That is going to be 64 yards to Adam Mahon. Wow. Mahon, a 64-yard strike from Lincecum to Mahon. Wow, what a great ball. And Mahon got behind the secondary, and he was gone. All right, let's see what Philo has no timeouts. They've got to try to get a team on the field to either kick the extra point or go for the 2. And, you know, that's what happens when you don't have any timeouts left. So Philo quickly trying to assemble some kind of offense for the 2-point play. And they will have Preston in the backfield in the Wildcat. Preston, snap, tries to run it to the outside, cannot get there, drugged down from behind. No penalty flag called, and that will send us to a break. The score, Philo 25, Meadowbrook 6, back in 60.
Shriver's Pharmacy is a proud supporter of Ohio high school sports, wishing all area athletes, coaches, and parents a healthy and successful season. When you play, play with heart. Local and independent since 1979. Shriver's Pharmacy, because we care.
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Aiden Farrell and Braylon Lowry will be back deep for the Meadowbrook Colts, as they have been stunned here after they took the opening drive. The first time they had the football, Philo has put up 25 straight points. Davis will kick it off for the Electrics at the 5:13 mark. And it's another big booming kick that will be fielded by Lowry at his 10, up to the 20, to the 25-yard line, and that's going to be it. So Meadowbrook with some work to do. They have a couple timeouts. They trail 25-6, 20 or 15-yard kickoff return for Braylon Lowry. And let's see what Meadowbrook decides to do. Huey's had a really excellent first half. He's 10 of 11 or 11 of 12 for 130 yards, including 5 passes to Braylon Lowry for 80 yards. And Bentley Cedars also caught 4 for 36. So let's see what Huey does. He will hand off. That's going to be Black. Black, big running room, has the first down, knocked out of bounds. So Braden Black gets the carry. There's carry number 13, and he now has 54 yards, does Braden Black on the night on 13 carries. It's a WB Green Insurance first down, I might add. First and 10 for the Colts. Huey over the middle. Oh, in and out of the hands of Cedar and picked off. Intercepted by the Electrics. Coming up with the pick is Grant Carpenter. It was in and out of the hands of Cedar and just went right into the hands of the safety, Carpenter. Now there's another discussion on the field. I don't see any penalty flags. We'll see. Oh boy. So Meadowbrook's going to get tagged with another penalty of face mask. That's going to be their fourth. That's going to be another major penalty. And Philo is in business once again, as after that long penalty walk-off, they're going to have the football officially inside the 25-yard line. First and 10 at the 21. 4:54 to go here in the first half. Talon Preston, Talon Bailey in the eye. Under centers Jack Lincecum. It's going to be Preston. Preston breaks it, breaks down to the 10, breaks down to the 5, inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. Quick 17-yard burst for Talon Preston. 81 yards on 11 carries. And boy, now you start to really wonder about Meadowbrook's mental approach here in this later stages of the first half, as it is 25-6 and Philo just manhandling the Meadowbrook Colts along the front. That's a WB Green Insurance first down, by the way. Same formation, Lincecum under center, Bailey and Preston in the backfield. It'll be Preston again. He will walk into the end zone. It's a 4-yard touchdown run for Talon Preston. And he is on the board with his second touchdown of the night. Has an interception earlier in the half. And now the 4-yard run. Let's see if they're going to go for the 2 or they're going to try to kick the extra point. Looks like they're going to try and kick the extra point with Davis. So Philo on top, 31-6. So Davis trying the extra point. Snap on the way. Kick up. Kick is, look to be, no indication yet. No indication as to whether the kick was good, so we will assume that it is no good from our vantage point along the far left. We needed the officials to kind of give us one of those waves like no good, didn't get it. So we'll look at the scoreboard and tell you the kick is no good. 31-6, Philo all over Meadowbrook here from Sam Hatfield Stadium, and it is a stunned Meadowbrook, I'm sure, coaching staff, players, fans, cheerleaders, the band. I don't think anybody from the Colts area thought that the score was going to be 31-6 here. But turnovers have gone against the Colts. 2 of them on the interception returns and a fumble lost. So 3 lost turnovers by Meadowbrook in the first half have all led to Philo points. Davis will kick off. It'll be a Lowry. And Farrell back deep for Meadowbrook. And I think they've kind of grown accustomed to being back there. Kick set to go for Davis and company for the Electrics. Up big, 31-6. Short kick this time. It will hit at the 25-yard line and be picked up by, looks like Aiden Farrell. So to the 25-yard line is where the Meadowbrook Colts will start things. So a lot of need for something to happen for Meadowbrook. By the way, that kickoff was brought to you by Valentine Insurance. So Meadowbrook does have a couple of timeouts. Last time they had the football, they had a good pass. The ball just went in and out of the hands of the receiver and right into the hands of the defender. That's going to be Braden Black cutting to the left side and then knocked out of bounds, but gets enough for the first down. So Braden Black has his 14th carry of this first half, good enough for 65 yards. So Meadowbrook has moved the football. They just haven't been able to do much with it in terms of the scoring beyond their first drive of the game. It's going to be Black again. Black up to the 40, to the 44-yard line. So Braden Black on another carry. And that's good running room for Black. That's going to be a WB Green Insurance first down. And Justice Huey and the guys quickly up to the line of scrimmage. They do have time, 3:45 to go here in the second. They will throw it to Landon Kuhn. Landon Kuhn is stacked up from behind, and that's a fired up Philo defense as that play was made by Adam Alberry, and that pass is going to be good for no gain on the play. Make it second down and 10 for the Colts. Clock moving, 3:15 to go. Huey rolls to his left, looks to the sideline, knocked out of the path, and it's going to be an incomplete pass. It's going to bring up third down. Lowry was the intended receiver that time. So make it third down and long now for Meadowbrook, and Philo could get the football back. Huey in the shotgun. He will run it. That's going to be Black. Black has the first down, and the clock will stop momentarily as he is in Meadowbrook territory. He gains 13, does Braden Black. He's having a good night. 16 carries, 84 yards for Braden Black. And Meadowbrook now setting things up. First and 10 at the Philo 45. To Michael Ray, a pass from Huey. And Michael Ray will have 4 yards on the carry. So Michael Ray gets 6 yards. Savage on the tackle that time for the Colts. Second down and 4. It's going to be Black again. Short of the first down is Braden Black. Third and short. Talon Bailey on the tackle that time for the Electrics. So third and 3 for Meadowbrook. 2:10 to go. It's Black again. Cuts the corner. Cuts inside the 35-yard line. Has the WB Green Insurance first down. Gain of 5 that time. First and 10 for Meadowbrook. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Meadowbrook does have a couple of timeouts. They're quickly to the line of scrimmage and off they go. That is going to be a new ball carrier in as carrying the football. Colton Snyder. Snyder gets maybe 2 yards. So Colton Snyder spelling Braden Black for a minute. Make it second down. Huey will go again to Snyder. Snyder breaks a tackle, gets down to the 25-yard line. He will be short of the first down, will be Colton Snyder. So it will be a third down and short again for the Colts. Clock is moving at 1 minute and 5 seconds to go. And Meadowbrook taking their time, not seeming to be in a hurry. They're looking over to the sideline while the clock is moving for a play or something. Meadowbrook literally has lost probably, my gosh, 15 to 20 seconds. Huey will hand off to Black, and Black down to the 22. He's going to be just maybe a yard short of the first down. Well, Meadowbrook really lost valuable seconds. The clock is still moving down to 35 seconds to go. They do give Black the first down. Huey looks to the end zone. Got Landon Kuhn, got a touchdown. Great ball that time by Justice Huey, and a 23-yard strike to Landon Kuhn. And boy, that has to make Meadowbrook feel much better on that one. And now let's see what Meadowbrook decides to do. So I think we'll most likely go for 2. Will the Colts, Braden Black back in the backfield with 27 seconds to go here in second quarter. Huey looks to the end zone. Is that a 2-point try? Is up. It is good to Michael Ray. So Michael Ray on the 2-point try from Justice Huey puts Meadowbrook a little bit closer, 31-14. Are the Colts down to the Electrics. So Michael Ray, glad to see him back in the game. And with just a few seconds left, we'll keep it right here. And we'll await this kickoff for Meadowbrook. So give the Colts credit for responding when it was 31-6 and not a lot was going their way. They had every reason to be discouraged, but put together a nice drive, did the Meadowbrook Colts. And I think maybe woke up Philo a little bit to say, hey, this is still a ball game. And I'm sure that's what Coach Lindcombe and the staff is going to say in the locker room, that, hey, this game's not over by any stretch, so we still have to play. So give credit to Meadowbrook and give Philo a little bit of a wake-up call that, hey, we've got work to do. So Meadowbrook will kick it away. That is Casey Clendenning on the kickoff. Talon Preston will be deep for the Electrics. That's a 2 bouncer picked up by Preston at his 20 to the 30 to the 35, 37, 38-yard line. And that is where Philo will set up shop for the final 21 seconds of the first half. Philo with no timeouts. That kickoff brought to you by Valentine Insurance, by the way. And also one of our game sponsors, which we'll read to you here a couple more times. Thanks to all of those kind folks for keeping us on the air, along with our tech crew, Brett, Sam, Callie, and anybody else we could round up to help us out. All right, let's see what Lincecum decides to do. He will be in the shotgun, and he will pitch to the right side, and that's going to be good enough for a first down, as that is going to be Talon Bailey, good enough for 14 yards. And the WB Green Insurance first down. Now Philo, I think, may try to get one more play off with 10 seconds to go here in the first half. Most likely the final play of the half. Lincecum in trouble. He avoids the rush and now throws it out of bounds, and that will end the first half. So entertaining and exciting first half as Philo will take the lead into the halftime break with pretty good momentum. However, the Meadowbrook Colts did make a nice stand there in the later stages of the first half to take the lead by the score of 31-14 after the Meadowbrook Colt touchdown. So we are going to step aside for a minute, send it back to the studio where we'll have Brett Klein and Company's halftime show, some other scores and numbers, and any other information we can find that we might find very important. So again, the score at halftime is Philo on top of Meadowbrook by the score of 31-14. We'll step aside, send it back to the studio. Thanks for listening, everybody, to WWKC. We've got a whole half to go, and we will be back.
Welcome to the ABC Sports Halftime Show. It's week 5 of high school football. I'm Dave Hilliard along with Brett Klein. Brett, we've got 5 games on the family of ABC stations tonight.
Yes, we do.
Coshocton is at Maysville. That's on YRP TV. Coshocton still looking for win 1. Maysville, they've been shut out a couple of times.
Yes.
Last week, 38-0 against Sheridan, so they're looking for win number 2.
Yes, we can have
a handful of different games going on this week. But what's important with Coshocton and Maysville, I think both of these teams have something to prove this week.
Excellent, yes.
So if we go over to WILE 97.7 FM, this game will also be on YRP-TV. YourRadioPlace.com is where you can find all of these games. The Bel Air Big Red come into town. They take on the Cambridge Bobcats. It is homecoming tonight, Dave.
Homecoming, and also I was just noticing this. Bel Air has dominated Cambridge over the years. 35-12 for winning 74% of the games against Cambridge. But I talked to Coach Gunn this week, and I really think Cambridge really has a good shot at this one. They really do. Bel Air has played, they're 3-1, but a couple of their games, they haven't beat a team that's got a winning record yet. So I'm still holding out hope for the Bobcats in this one.
Yeah, and for Cambridge, this is week 5. All you've had to do these past 4 weeks is improve.
Exactly. And then Meadowbrook is visiting Philo. That's on KC 105 tonight, also on YRP-TV YouTube. And the Colts, they have lost their first 2 games of the season. Both were undefeated teams, though. Now they've evened their record at 2-2. Justice Huey throwing the ball all over the place. He's a record-setting quarterback at Meadowbrook. He's got the most passing yards ever there. And then Philo, they've kind of found their ground game, and they're really running the football. So contrasting styles. Each team 2-2, so somebody's going to come out of there with a winning record. And then we've also got Union Local visiting Shenandoah tonight. That's on WBNV.
Yeah, people can go and they can listen to that game, get the call for all of that. The Jets undefeated, and Shenandoah, they had a great start to the season.
Yes.
Defeated Edison, but they've had a couple tumbles back and forth. They are 2-2.
Right.
So we'll kind of see. I think tonight that game is going to be really rumbling tonight.
Well, the Jets they're undefeated, and they score 38 points a game, but Braxton Barnett at the controls for the Zeps. I mean, he's a very dynamic quarterback, and they have the ability to put some points on the board. So I would anticipate a high-scoring one in that one. And then Sheridan visits John Glenn tonight.
A big MVL game tonight.
And that's a big one. And, Sheridan, John Glenn, and I would have thought the series was closer, but I checked this one out. Sheridan has won 40 of the 50, it's 58 games, 40 of the 58 games against John Glenn. And I would have thought, the Little Muskies probably were a little better than that against Sheridan. But Sheridan did beat them last year 14-0. They've won 6 straight against John Glenn, too.
Yeah, when, you have such a consistent program like Sheridan. Now, 2-2 this year. They're looking for, more consistency. John Glenn having the better record. But again, Sheridan, that program has been very strong, very consistent for so long. So it's going to be a good battle on our hands tonight over in New Concord. A quick note to mention, West Muskingum was set to travel to Riverview tonight. That game has been canceled. Riverview's kind of taking it week to week, dealing with some injuries among the team.
Right.
When your team is as small as it is and you're not dealing with as many players, it's kind of hard to get people in and out. West Muskingum, they tried looking, but they do have the week off this week.
Well, coming up next on the AVC Sports Halftime Show, I interviewed Coach Kevin Gunn of the Cambridge Bobcats. You'll see that next on the AVC Sports Halftime Show. Coach Kevin Gunn of the Cambridge Bobcats joins us here on the AVC Halftime Show. Coach Gunn, your 7th season, although it's the 2nd stint here at Cambridge, and I got to mention you're a Cambridge alum and a Muskingum alum, so I got to throw that in there today too. But what brought about a 2nd stint as the head coach here at Cambridge?
I was very much content being an assistant for the rest of my career.
Yeah.
And Coach Leak and I had talked, and he had always asked if he ever left, would I take it over? Because he does care about the kids, and so do I. And it was just one of those moments. He pulled me in after school there in the spring, and he said, I'm going to be moving on. And I made a decision over the weekend, decided to go back after it.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing is my relationship with the kids, and that was the biggest reason why is I thought I wanted to be around them another year and to see just to be around from a head coaching position.
Well, I like to think of the head coach as like a CEO of the whole program. So what's one thing that you're trying to establish here in your entire program at Cambridge?
I am wanting to make sure that consistency throughout the program is going to be paramount, whether it be play calling, the expectations of the kids, during the season. But I think the biggest thing that I want to see, taken care of is what are we going to do consistently after the season.
I think that's important. In any sport, the head coach, you got to establish consistency. I think that's a great goal.
Yes, you're trying to develop those habits, but the reality is your season for next year is going to be the moment we're done with this season.
Right.
That's what's going to determine your success.
So week 5 right now. So what are your goals the rest of the way for your team?
We're going to look for still a little bit of improvement here.
Sure.
The kids, the kids are working their tails off. We're having great practices still. It's just now getting them to be consistently on the field performing and being able to deal with adversity consistently as far as handling it.
And speaking of adversity, and it's no secret, I actually broadcast the last Cambridge win. It was October 28th, 2022 in the playoffs down at Logan Elm. And I know it's really hard when you're not winning. How do you motivate the kids each week to play?
I'm just hoping that the relationship and it's not just me.
Right.
It's everybody that's part of the program from a coaching standpoint
Sure.
or anybody who's involved. It's their relationship with those kids to make sure that they understand it's important that you got to be able to grind things out each and every day, and there is a reason. The change is not going to happen overnight.
Exactly.
The change is going to take time, so that's what I want to make sure everybody understands is we got to continue to step forward and move forward to be able to see progress.
Well, and you said, improvement, definitely a goal, and then we're meeting you here before practice. What does a typical work week look like for you guys from Monday going up until game day on Friday?
Well, on Mondays, what we try and do is we balance out the offense and defense, and my biggest thing this year from a development standpoint was making sure that we have a lot of time for the JVs and the freshmen so that they get quality reps and they're not just used as tackling dummies as a lot of times it's done because of the time situation. But I want to make sure that these kids are developing, they're learning, and they're getting quality reps and quality coaching from us when it's them, not just when we see them once in a while.
So offensively and defensively, what would we expect to see out of you guys this week, as a matter of fact?
Actually, what we want to do is offensively, we still want to be able to mix it up, but we want to try and establish a ground game.
Right.
We've got a plethora of pretty good, talented running backs, and I want to be able to see us, run the ball and establish control of the line of scrimmage, and that's also going to be on the defensive side of the ball. We want to control the line.
You're playing Bel Air. What's something you think you need to take away from Bel Air in order to be successful?
Well, the thing is, Bel Air, if you look at Bel Air, they are simple, but they're very effective. Okay? And with our kids, it's like, okay, we want to establish the ground game and then build off of that. That's what we would like to do. They've got a speed to be able to attack the edges. We want to make sure from a defensive standpoint that we're doing our having control, making sure our duties and responsibilities, we know what we're doing, and staying to that task.
Well, Coach Gunny, we certainly appreciate you joining us here on the AVC Sports Halftime Show, and we appreciate you watching the AVC Sports Halftime Show.
AVC Communications is your one-stop destination for all your marketing and communication needs. Whether you are a small business or a large corporation, our expert team specializes in creating customized solutions that drive results. From radio advertising and digital marketing to graphic design and event promotions, we've got the tools to make your brand stand out. Locally owned and operated, AVC Communications is dedicated to helping you connect with your audience and grow your business. Trust us to take your marketing to the next level.
Welcome back to the AVC Sports Halftime Show. Certainly appreciate Coach Kevin Gunn joining us from Cambridge, working hard to develop his program, and those wins are going to come for them eventually. It's just a matter of time. He's trying to get things done the right way. Really appreciate, again, his time. The coaches that have to take time out to talk to us, we really appreciate what they do.
Of course.
And their time demands, so it was really nice he could do that for us. We've got 4 games coming up next week, Brett, on the AVC family of stations. What do we got going on?
We do. Down in Caldwell, Fort Fry, one of their 4 home games. Not as many as you want, but hey, you can't fight that too much. Fort Fry at Caldwell, we're expecting a good game. That'll be on WBNV 93.5 FM and YRP-TV, available on yourradioplace.com. We go over just a little bit, if you look on a map, just a tiny bit over.
Just a little
Philo visits Kirksville. That'll be on Nash Icon 98.5, 107.9. You can also watch that game on YRP-TV. And then John Glenn travels to Byesville. They're going to take on the Meadowbrook Colts. That game, Kicking Country, KC 105 and YRP-TV. And one more game for this week. The East Liverpool Potters making a little bit of a trip to Cambridge. They'll take on the Bobcats. You can listen to that game, WILE 97.7 FM.
Well, what's going to happen, I think, it's really after this week and then next week, the playoff picture is really going to come into focus, and we'll be talking about who's probably going to be in, who's probably going to be out. One of the projections I'm reading, and this is something we'll keep an eye on as things go on, Brett, John Glenn is in a very tough region. Region 11, Division 3, Tri-Valley's in there. They are projected, if they go 7-3, they won't make the playoffs.
That is going to be tough if you are a Muskie fan or even just any form of John Glenn fan whatsoever.
Right.
I do know that the OHSAA has released their playoff rankings.
Yes.
You can see any local teams that are in that rankings. We have the article on yourradioplace.com.
Well, Brett, that's it for this week, and we certainly appreciate everyone watching our games on YRP TV and also participating in our halftime show.
Attention RV enthusiasts. Stoney's RV is having a model year closeout. Save thousands on your dream RV. Don't wait, now's the perfect time to get into their winterization schedule and ensure your RV is ready for the colder months ahead. As a full-service dealership, they've got you covered from sales to maintenance. Need propane? Stoney's has a fill station on site. Plus, check out Stoney's massive parts and accessory store, the largest in the area. Visit Stoney's RV today and drive away with incredible savings. And here's your Friday night high school football scoreboard. Most of these games at the half. Bel Air leading Cambridge 20-0. Edison has a 27-7 lead over Caldwell. Barnesville over River 49-0. Union Local on top of Shenandoah 34-0. Tri-Valley leads New Lexington 27-7. It's Sheridan 10, John Glenn 7 at the half. Philo leads Meadowbrook 31-14. St. Clairsville has a 21-7 lead over East Liverpool. Maysville and Coshocton knotted at 6. Morgan leads Crooksville 12-7. Belpre has a 13-6 lead over Bellsville. Monroe Central 27-7 over Buckeye Local. Indian Valley 28-0 lead over Buckeye Trail. Newcomerstown on top of Claymont 21-8. Northridge leads Zanesville 7-0. It's Fort Fry 36-6 over Harrison Central. Miller has a 22-0 lead over Bern Union. Ridgewood 28-7 lead over Strasburg Franklin. Licking Heights 24-0 over Lakewood. Mount Vernon with a 24-0 lead over Heath. Licking Valley 28-0 lead over Newark Catholic, and Newark leads Logan 41-0.
We welcome you back, everyone, to Sam Hatfield Stadium, where the Philo Electrics lead the Meadowbrook Colts by the score of 31-14. Our Twigs, glad to be a part of your evening, also getting great assistance from Brett, Sam, and Callie, our tech crew, production crew, and the guys that keep us going along with all of our great sponsors. Let's take a look at the first half scoring. Meadowbrook actually got on the board first on a 17-yard pass from Justice Huey to Bentley Seedor, and then after that it was all Philo until the very late stages of the second quarter. Philo came right back on a 26-yard run by Talon Preston, and then Meadowbrook came back down the field and they drove all the way inside the Philo 10-yard line, but Talon Preston broke off a 99-yard interception return to really put a damper in Meadowbrook's hopes. The extra point try was no good, so Philo led. However, more in the first quarter, Jack Lincecum on a 34-yard pass to Adam Mahon, who was wide open past the secondary. That was at the 122 mark of the first quarter. The try for two was no good. It was Philo 25-6 at that point. In the second quarter, Lincecum again hit Adam Mahon, this time on a 64-yard bomb. The try for two was again no good, and it was Philo at that point up big. And then Meadowbrook finally answered late stages of the first half on a 23-yard pass from Justice Huey to Landon Kuhn, and then the Michael Ray try for two pass from Huey was good, and that is where we stand at 31-14. First half numbers for the Philo Electrics. They ran the football 14 times for 124 yards, committed no turnovers. Through the air, Jack Lincecum 5 of 6 for 111 yards, no turnovers. They were penalized 3 times for 20 yards. Talon Preston had 12 carries for 85 yards in that first half. Talon Bailey had 2 carries for 39, including one that got them out of a big hole, picked up a much-needed first down. Through the air, Lincecum was 5 of 6 for 111 yards. Adam Mahon, 3 catches for 104 yards. Alex Evans caught a couple of balls for 7 yards for the Philo Eectrics. As I say, they were penalized 3 times for 20 yards. For the Colts, they ran the football 22 times for 106 yards on the ground. They did lose 1 fumble. Braden Black, 19 carries for 95 yards. Colton Snyder had a couple of carries for 6. Justice Huey toted the ball 1 time for 5 yards. Through the air, Justice Huey was 14 of 15 for 159 yards passing. Did throw the 2 picks, but in all honesty, the balls could or should have been caught. So, again, he is charged with the 2 interceptions, but at least one of them was a wide open completion. So, Huey, 14 of 15, 159, the 2 picks. Individually for the Colts through the air, Braylon Lowry, 5 catches for 80 yards. Bentley Cedor, 4 catches for 36. Braden Black had a catch for 10. Jacob Burris caught a pass for 14 yards. Michael Ray caught one for 6 yards. The Colts were penalized 4 times for 45 yards. So we stand at the break with the score, Philo 31, Meadowbrook 14. We want to remind you that we do have the play of the game coming up from Great Clips of Zanesville as our sponsor. The player of the game from Meadowbrook side, it will be +1 Pizza, and Lock 9 Pizza will have the player of the game for one of the Philo players. And the Guernsey Muskingum Electric lineman of the game. There will be 1 from each team, 1 from Philo, 1 from Meadowbrook. So we'll take a break for a couple of minutes. We'll come back and get ready to roll into the second half. The score, Philo 31, Meadowbrook 14. We'll be back in just a bit.
And here's your Friday night high school football scoreboard. Most of these games at the half. Bel Air leading Cambridge 20-0. Edison has a 27-7 lead over Caldwell. Barnesville over River 49-0. Union Local on top of Shenandoah 34-0. Tri-Valley leads New Lexington 27-7. It's Sheridan 10, John Glenn 7 at the half. Philo leads Meadowbrook 31-14. St. Clairsville has a 21-7 lead over East Liverpool. Maysville and Coshocton knotted at 6. Morgan leads Crooksville 12-7. Belpre has a 13-6 lead over Bellsville. Monroe Central 27-7 over Buckeye Local. Indian Valley 28-0 lead over Buckeye Trail. Newcomerstown on top of Claymont 21-8. Northridge leads Zanesville 7-0. It's Fort Fry 36-6 over Harrison Central. Miller has a 22-0 lead over Bern Union. Ridgewood 28-7 lead over Strasburg Franklin.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 260-6699.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
You okay?
Sorry, I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
Got friends or family outside the area?
Call them.
Tell them they can listen to this game right now
Online
at yourradioplace.com.
KC 105.
To Sam Hatfield Stadium, where the halftime score here, the Philo Electrics on top of the Meadowbrook Colts. We're going to be joined by Brett Klein for the second half. And Brett, you had a chance to watch the first half. What are your impressions?
I definitely did, Howard, and I have to say, that first drive from the Colts, you would think that this game was going to be back and forth and back and forth. But Meadowbrook came down, got on the board first, and then Philo just kind of said, this is our game to win. They came down, answered with another touchdown on their own, and then Meadowbrook grabbed the gun and shot themselves in the foot, not once, not twice. 3 turnovers in the first half that led to Philo scores. That's not what you want to see for the Colts, so we're going to see what adjustments they can make within the second half to overcome the deficit that they're in right now.
Well, the good news for Meadowbrook is that they, although they like to have balance, they are a well-skilled passing team. So Justice Huey, as we have seen this year and even last year, Meadowbrook's not afraid to throw it every down.
Yeah, and
we may see Huey do that.
Yes, we've experienced, at least in the first half, Meadowbrook is not shy to bust out an explosive play at any given moment. They have speed, they have agility, they have the right players to make big plays, so we're going to see if they can capitalize on that moving forward.
Well, the Colts defensively, I think they really struggled to recover from the 99-yard pick six by Talon Preston. They just weren't the same after that for about an 8 or 10 minute stretch. They were stunned.
Yeah, that's definitely deflating for an offense. I mean, you get all the way down at the other end of the field, you are that close to scoring, and then 99 yards the other way for the other team. You don't want to see that. So, let's hope that Meadowbrook can kind of take that and say, especially Huey, they take that and say, we're going to try and dominate the second half and come away with a win.
I mean, you're looking at a 2-score swing. You're looking at Meadowbrook possibly going on top to all of a sudden being down 2 touchdowns. And, what a series of events that was. We're just about ready to start the second half. Philo will be in the home blue jerseys with white pants, white helmets with the lightning on the helmet, the gold numerals for the Electrics. Meadowbrook will have the brown pants, brownish helmets, white jerseys, brown numerals. Meadowbrook trailing 31-14 against Philo.
You know what I've noticed in a couple of players, Howard? I've noticed that there are a couple of players, and this is the first game I've seen it, I see a couple Guardian caps out there.
Uh-huh, yeah. Well, I know Landon Kuhn, one guy, has worn his most of the season. And, I'm okay with that. If it prevents
if you want to wear
any injuries, absolutely.
Exactly.
There is no shame, no embarrassment. Davis will be kicking off for the Electrics. They won the toss deferred. Or I should say Meadowbrook won the toss deferred. So the Colts will have it with Lowry and Aiden Farrell back deep. Meadowbrook will be going left to right as we begin the third quarter. And Davis's kick is on the way. And here we go. Meadowbrook with some work to do. It's a deep kick picked up by Aiden Farrell at the 5. Cuts it to the left, back to the middle, up to the 25-yard line, and Meadowbrook will have it right there. So the Colts under Justice Huey will have a long field to go. We're just beginning the third quarter.
Within that first half, Howard, I've noticed a lot of the big explosive plays from Meadowbrook have been coming from the pass. They haven't busted out in a huge giant run. Now, Philo's had a couple plays where their linemen have got some good push up front and allowed them to get some good yardage. I think Meadowbrook's going to look to the air.
Well, they will instead hand off. That's Braden Black. Braden Black good for 8 yards, so he continues his good work on the ground. He had an excellent first half.
No huddle from Meadowbrook here.
Yeah.
Already lined up.
Over 100 yards rushing for Black. He'll have it again and be close enough for the first down. So
and
that is now 21 carries for 107 yards on a WB Green Insurance first down for the Colts. And Brett, you are indeed correct. They are in a hurry, and they're going to have to make up 17 points now. They take their time and do look over to the sideline. So a little bit of a mixture of quick and deliberate. So 1st and 10 out of the pistol for the Colts. They will keep with Huey on the ground. Huey close to another first down. That's Justice Huey. They will give him 9. That's his second carry for 14 yards for Justice Huey.
I've noticed one thing. Huey looks comfortable in the pocket. Whether he's handing it off, keeping himself, or just making a read and making a pass, he looks like he knows what he wants to do back there.
Well, the guy's been there. I think when Water first came on the planet, he was the quarterback. That's Braden Black on the spin. I don't think he's going to get the first down, no.
First down is the 46. Looks like they're going to mark him with no gain back at the 44. I thought they were going to mark that closer to the 45, but no gain on the play.
Yep, 3rd down with Huey in the shotgun. Braden Black next to him. Huey will look over to the sideline for the play. Looking at the Philo defense. They have a 5-man front expecting to run. Back to passes, Huey in a little bit of trouble. Got a man on the sideline, got a catch. That's Bentley Seedor inside. Yeah, inside of Philo territory down to the 38-yard line. Don't go anywhere yet.
You don't see many high school quarterbacks being comfortable and making that kind of throw. I mean, that is right in front of us, and an incredible grab by Bentley Seedor. I mean, he is one athlete. We've seen him all throughout the basketball season and even a full handful of weeks this season. He is incredible.
Black straight ahead, busts up to the 35, down to the 33-yard line. Gain of 4 that time for Braden Black. Cam Wheeler on the stop that time for Philo. Quickly to the line are the Colts. That's Black again, tries to go to the outside. That's going to be a penalty, maybe a holding call on Meadowbrook, as Braden Black gets to the line of scrimmage and no more. We'll have to see if we can't get this one sorted out. 3 flags flew at the same time, so pretty obvious call coming against somebody. By the way, Brett, I like it when officials are mic'd.
It makes it very much simpler for us to understand what's going on.
Yeah, well, that penalty will go against Philo.
That is a killer penalty to have when Meadowbrook is just driving and driving.
Yeah,
Give them additional yardage, a new set of downs, and even tougher for Philo to defend now inside the 20. Ball placed at the 16.
That is their 4th penalty for 35 yards and brings up a WB Green Insurance first down for the Colts. Marching down the field. Huey rolls to his left, looks to the end zone, has Landon Kuhn. Kuhn inside the 5-yard line. Good enough for another first down. It's going to be 1st and goal for Justice Huey. Justice Huey has a great arm.
Yes, and the routes that were ran on that play from the receivers, they did a good job at confusing the defense, and multiple players were open on that play.
That's 3rd catch for 37 yards. Here
and
we go back to
Meadowbrook.
it. Yeah.
Looking to get in the end zone.
Colton Snyder.
And he's in. Touchdown, Meadowbrook.
Yep, Colton Snyder on a 4-yard run. We'll put the Colts back in very close.
If you're Meadowbrook, the drive you want to start the second half.
Yep, they came right down the field, did the Colts. And now what are we going to get?
Sideline warning, maybe?
Let's see what Meadowbrook decides to do. They're down 31-20.
Nope, no flag there, so no sideline warning yet.
So the touchdown run of 4 yards for
Meadowbrook going for 2.
Colton Snyder. And Colton Snyder, nope, Huey's going to keep it. He's got his 2-point conversion.
It's
good. Be good for the Colts.
That first drive of the second half, if Meadowbrook could have a button, that was easy.
Jacob Burris will be the recipient of the 2-point conversion. 31-22. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
It's that time of year again. Football season is upon us. Hey, Mark Kelly here with Bicon Services, wishing all our local teams a great and successful year. As your premier commercial building contractor, Bicon Services is ready to tackle everything from small facility renovations to large industrial expansions. We're here to handle all your commercial and industrial needs under one roof. So while you're out there scoring the winning touchdown, let us work on making your next commercial project a success. Bicon Services, building the future one project at a time.
Looking to buy land? Do you want 5 acres or more, say up to 50 acres? Bruner Land Company off I-77 Vocational Road, Byesville has land for sale. Buy acreage in Ohio, West Virginia, Kentucky, Tennessee, Pennsylvania, and Indiana. Bruner Land Company has 500 tracts of land to choose from and creative financing for buyers. When it's land you want to buy, it's Bruner Land Company you should call. Bruner Land Company, Byesville, off I-77. Give them a call at 685-3064 or go to brunerland.com.
See, Clendening will kick off for the Colts. It will be a bouncing kick fielded at the 20-yard line by Philo. Good running room up to the 40-yard line for the Electrics on the return. That is Aiden Mahan, who caught a couple touchdown passes in that first half. So Philo on top, 31-22, but Meadowbrook with an impressive opening drive of the second half, 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And they are right back in the middle of this one, down by 9. And let's see what Philo brings to the table, Brett.
I agree. I think Meadowbrook needs to step up their defensive intensity. It was difficult for them to stop the run and stop a handful of big plays from Philo. But after that offensive drive, your defense needs to also step up this drive.
1st and 10, they will go out of the I. They will go to the deep back through. That is Talon Preston. Preston fights his way to the 47-yard line. So gain of 6 that time for Talon Preston, and he is getting closer to 100 yards. He has 13 carries for 91 yards. That guy's accounted for over 200 yards of offense.
If you looked at that running play there, Howard, you would notice that he was dealing with contact early, but it wasn't strong. And they didn't reach physical, I'm ready to tackle you until 5-6 yards into the run, which is why they got that gain of 6. Philo's line is making it easy for them to get chip runs, 5-6 yards every play.
Philo has it 2nd down and 4. They will give to the deep back again.
Ball.
That's Preston. Preston not to the line of scrimmage and just beyond it. So he will get the WB Green insurance. 1st down will Talon Preston. Gain of 6.
I took a closer look at Howard. He wasn't touched until 3 yards into the run. He managed to get from the 47 to the 50 until any contact was made. So big credit to the Philo offensive line there. They are pushing up front.
So 1st and 10, they are in Meadowbrook territory. 8 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Philo leading 31-22, Sam Hatfield Stadium here on the campus of Philo High School. They will go with Talon Preston again. Breaks the tackle down to the 40. Run out of bounds, but not before he gets another WB Green Insurance 1st down. Gain of 13. Well, Brett, I've got a pretty good idea of the game plan for Philo in the second half based on what they talked about in the locker room. Let's run the football with Talon Preston.
Yeah, especially after his first half. I mean, he scored on both sides of the ball, so that's what you'd like to see. But they're just making it easy for, easy yardage, and they are bullying Meadowbrook's defensive line and just taking it to him this drive.
1st and 10 for the Electrics. Clock moves, 3rd quarter. Lincecum has gone the entire way at the QB spot. Preston again, nice big hole down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Another gain of 8.
Preston not being scared to be physical. Every single time he's getting through that hole, secure the ball, put your head and shoulders down.
Preston well over 100 yards rushing now. 16 carries unofficially for 118 for Talon Preston. Also some touchdowns on the board, including a defensive one. All right, 1st
I think
and
we
10.
have a pretty early candidate for our Lock 9 Pizza player of the game for the Philo Electrics.
If he's not there, he's knocking on the door. He can taste it. 2nd down and 3. Again, nope, it's going to be a pass from Lincecum. It's going to be short. Just kind of alligator armed it, did Jack Lincecum. Intended for Bailey.
Lincecum, he threw that ball, and the second it touched the ground, he looked down, and he knew he just kind of messed that up. So, Well, when you run the ball 6 times in a row and you get to a pass, you kind of have to warm up to that a little bit more than just, a quick check down on the run.
3rd down now and short for the Electrics. They're trying to answer Meadowbrook's opening touchdown of the 3rd quarter. They will stay with Bailey and Preston in the backfield. It's going to be Preston, bounces to the outside, and can't get by Braylon Lowry.
It's close.
maybe close enough for a WB Green Insurance first down. In fact, it is. Nice tackle that time by Lowry, but boy, Preston just bullied his way in.
Yeah, we had two people who said, I'm going to stand my ground, but the stronger person came out on top. Talon Preston making good effort to get that first down. WB Green Insurance, first down.
1st and 10, clock moving, quick third quarter. Both teams have only had the football one time. Philo has it at the Meadowbrook 32-yard line. They are on top, 31-22 are the Electrics. Bailey and Preston in the backfield behind Lincecum. It's back to Preston.
Big hole.
Preston inside the 20, down inside the 15, down to the 13. Good enough for another 13 yards. And I'll tell you, Brett, I've seen, this is our 5th game of the season. I know there have been some other guys who run hard. This Talon Preston character really, really lowers his shoulders and busts his way.
Yeah, he's not scared to get physical, and he's not scared to let somebody know, I want to run through you to get the yards that I need to get. So impressive runs by Preston, Talon Preston.
6 minutes to go, third quarter. Philo trying to answer. 31-22, they lead. Preston in the eye. Fumbled snap, but Lincecum picks it up to Preston inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 1-yard line. So Talon Preston will make it a first down and goal situation for the Electrics. And boy, what an answer they have had.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to mark that ball at the 2-yard line. I have a feeling I know what they're going to do here, Howard.
I'm thinking that number 2 is going to get a carry here.
Now let's not be...
Nope, we don't want to.
Let's not be crazy here. We don't want to make too wild of assumptions.
It could be somebody else, but I'm...
A quick 2-yard gain. You never know who's going to get the ball.
I'll put my 2 cents on 2. There he is. Preston, not quite in. Boy, I think he's right at the goal line, is Talon Preston.
They're going to spot the ball at the 1. Doesn't look like they're going to give him anything inside the 1-yard line.
It's going to be 2nd and goal. Braylon Lowry on the tackle that time for the Colts. So make it 2nd and goal right at the 1-yard line for the Philo Electrics. And they will stay with the lineup they have gone the entire drive. That is Preston with Bailey as the blocking back. That's Talon Bailey in front of Preston. Oh, it's going to be a sneak this time for Lincecum.
Easily. Yeah.
And Jack Lincecum marches into the end zone. Touchdown, Philo.
That's a good way to cap off that drive. I mean, you're giving it to Preston every single time you get to 1 yard, and you get the push you need, not only from the line, but your quarterback giving a little extra as well.
So nice drive by the Electrics at the 5:14 mark of the third quarter. Let's see what Philo decides to do, up 37-22. I think they're going to go for 2 with Preston in the Wildcat. That's what they've done most of the half. Yep, they're gonna stay with Lincecum under center and Preston as the back. It'll be Preston on the try for 2, fights his way into the end zone, scramble right at the goal line. I don't think he got it.
I don't think so either.
Philo coaches think he has it, but the officials disagree. Preston thinks he has it. They still disagree. So in the end, the final result ends up that it's not a 2-point try. So we'll take a break here, 60 seconds. Back, Philo up 37-22.
Today is the day you make changes, the day you have looked forward to, the day you take a step to see the you before addiction. And it all starts right here at The Residence, an in-bed facility that designs your recovery to your needs, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm Crystal Reynolds for Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions. Our approach is personal, and it is as individual as your needs. We are here for you. Call 855-692-7247.
Custom Vehicles of Zanesville is the local spot for all car, truck, marine, and RV accessories. From remote starts, heated seats, stereo equipment, lift kits, WeatherTech products, tonneau covers, toolboxes, strobe lights, Rhino lightings, Z-Bart rust proofing, and undercoating. If it can be found online, they can get it. Stop by their showroom today and see how they can use their expertise to enhance your vehicle. Your local real truck preferred dealer. Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, 3619 Old Falls Road, CustomVehiclesZAN.com.
Davis set to kick off to Lowry and Philo for the Colts. Boot on the way, big, high, booming kick. Picked up by Aiden Farrell at his 15. Cuts to the left side, back to the middle. up to the 25-yard line, and that is where Meadowbrook had it. Now, Brett, the last time the Colts had the ball, they went winging with our man Justice Huey, who's 16 of 17 for 182 yards unofficially in this game. Got to believe he's going to come right back.
Yeah, especially if you hear those stats, 16 of 17, you would think the Colts are a lot better off than down 37-22.
And you realize the one incomplete pass was the ball that went through Bentley Seedor's hands that was intercepted by Savage, where Philo eventually scored. He very well could be 17 of 17.
Absolutely.
First down run for the Meadowbrook Colts. Staying in bounds is Braden Black. So Braden Black now 24 carries for 120 yards. Runkle on the tackle that time for the Electrics. So 2nd and 2 for Meadowbrook. Huey will have Black next to him. 4-man front for Philo. Huey rolls to his right, looks over the middle, just a bit over the head of the intended receiver. That was Jacob Burris. So Burris unable to come up with it. So that is the 2nd incompletion now for Justice Huey for 182 yards.
Yeah, not something we've seen other than one other time this game. And you saw when Burris went back to the huddle, Huey was talking to him, giving him instruction of, hey, this is what happens, this is what we expect you to do next time.
Braden Black gets the carry, busts ahead for the first down. A WB Green Insurance first down. 25 carries now for Braden Black. Boy, what a big night he's had. Yeah, there's some guys with some big numbers in this game. Preston, Black, Huey, even Lincecum. That's going to be it. Player's going to be whistled dead as a penalty flag flew. I think Philo had too many players on the field.
Yeah, Philo's still trying to get off 2 linemen on that substitution.
So for the Electrics, they will be penalized the 5th time for 40 yards. So that makes it first down and 5 for the Colts. 4 receivers. Landon Kuhn in the slot. Huey back to pass. Looks to the sideline for Seedor. Well overthrown.
And that's a tough ball for anybody to throw because you're at the opposite hash and you're throwing it all the way across the field to a defender who's going to be at the sideline. You have to pinpoint that ball. Almost a great throw by Huey.
2nd down for the Colts. And they get right back to it. Keep in mind, those guys who are running the long routes have to hustle back to the line of scrimmage. They don't have a lot of time to huddle up. 2nd and 5. It's going to be Black. Cuts to the 50. Inside the 50. Down to a first down. Gain of 7 for Braden Black.
Good, hard, physical run by Black there. And you notice he put his shoulder down into another defender. Meadowbrook sideline, which is where it was right in front of. They were loving that. So good offensive gain there from the Colts.
WB Green Insurance first down. Black again. Falls forward for about 3 yards. 27 carries. 135 yards for Braden Black. Boy, I tell you what, you were talking earlier about the player of the game. It's not all Huey. I think Mr. Black's
it's a good
had
competition.
A lot to say.
They must know we're in town and they want a +1 pizza.
Hey, I want some of that. I tell you what, if I could get into one of those guys' head, say, hey, I'll split. Huey to the right. Looks to the sideline. He's got Landon Kuhn. Kuhn good enough for about 4 yards on the reception. Good safe pass. Nothing hurt there by Huey, just trying to move the chains a little bit. 17 of 20, 186 yards for Justice Huey. Click moving 3rd quarter. 2 minutes, 50 seconds to go here in the 3rd. Now Meadowbrook looking to the sideline, trying to get some plays in.
This is one of the biggest plays of this quarter, if not this second half, to try and get a first down for the Colts here.
Well, they're going to have Landon Kuhn in the backfield as a blocker. That's going to be Colton Snyder, and he is not going to get there. Meadowbrook tried to change it up a little bit. Colton Snyder back to the line of scrimmage and no more. I don't think Meadowbrook has a choice, Brett. I think they have to go for it.
Yeah, you're down 15 this late in the game, and it's not necessarily late in the game, but when Philo is, manhandling you on the offensive line, you kind of have to take that shot and get a first down here.
Here it is, 4th down and 6 for the Colts. That's Huey. Looks under some pressure, runs, looks again, tries to get the first down. He is not going to get there.
He did get close.
Justice Huey's only going to get about 3 yards, and Philo will take over on downs as a great stop by the Electrics at the 1:57 mark of the third quarter. Boy, that has to be deflating for the Colts. They were putting together a pretty good drive, and then a couple of incomplete passes, and boom, next thing you know, you're turning it over on downs.
Yeah, tough for any team, especially when you're trying to get back in a game as competitive as this one. I mean, Huey gave it everything he had there, making moves on defenders, putting his shoulder into them, trying to fight for extra yards, but just ended up a yard or two short. So Philo ball, now we're going to see if their offensive front can maintain their dominance.
They have been good to this point. 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line are the Electrics. It's going to be Preston. Boy, big hole. Past the 50 down to the 44. That's going to be 17. Looking good, Talon Preston.
When you have a hole as a running back, especially on a first down play, and you can get a quick, easy 17, I mean, that's a no-brainer. That is a give me that all day, every day.
That is a gimme WB Green Insurance first down. That's what that is. And he's had a bunch of them. By the way, kickoffs tonight brought to you by Valentine Insurance. Scoreboard updates for Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance. 1st and 10 for the Electrics. Talon Bailey, Talon Preston in the eye. Under center, Jack Lincecum, Adam Mahan, the lone wideout. It's going to be Bailey right up the middle. It's a couple of yards on the ground. So Talon Bailey, 3 carries, 42 yards for Talon Bailey. And clock as we speak, under 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. So Philo, if they can grind out something here on the ground, Brett, boy, they could do a lot of damage on the clock.
Yeah, I like the diversity of doing the fullback run there. It's not something that, we look back at the quarterback sneak that they had to get in the end zone. It's not something that you would expect, especially when they're dominating in the way that they are. So a quick handoff to the fullback, get a quick 3-4 yards.
It's going to be Preston again. Preston stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Nice job defensively by Meadowbrook of sealing that off. Give Preston a couple. Casey Clendenning on the tackle that time for Meadowbrook. And third down and possible passing situation for Philo. And I don't think they're going to run a play, Brett. I think they're going to let this third quarter run out.
I agree. It gives you a little bit extra time to discuss, what you want to do in this fourth quarter, what the game plan is to keep Meadowbrook on the field defensively and out of the end zone on offense. So, and a little bit of extra hydration too. It is quite warm tonight.
Yes, it is, especially up here in the press box.
Oh, yeah.
Third quarter has ended. It is 37-22 Philo. You're listening to high school football on WWKC 104.9. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Here's your Friday night high school football scoreboard. Our first final of the night. Licking Valley knocks off Newark Catholic 49-7. The rest of these in the second half. Bel Air leads Cambridge 26-0. Edison 27-7 over Caldwell. Barnesville on top of River 56-0. It's Union Local 48, Shenandoah 7. Tri-Valley leading New Lexington 41-7. Sheridan leads John Glenn 17-14. Philo with the 37-22 lead over Meadowbrook. St. Clairsville on top of East Liverpool 28-14. Maysville leads Coshocton 12-6. Morgan on top of Crooksville 12-7. Belpre leading Bellsville 18-12. Monroe Central with a 28-7 lead over Buckeye Local. Indian Valley leading Buckeye Trail 34-0. Newcomerstown with a 36-8 lead over Claymont. Northridge leads Zanesville 7-0. Grove City Christian on top of Bishop Rosecrans 37-0. Fort Fry on top of Harrison Central 51-6. It's Miller 35, Bern Union 0. And Ridgewood on top of Strasburg Franklin 35-7.
Fourth quarter will begin with a pitch by the Electrics. And a penalty flag also flies. That's Talon Bailey on the pitch. And it's going to be holding against Philo. That's going to be declined as Talon Bailey, no gain on the play. So it's going to be fourth down after Meadowbrook declines the penalty. And Philo's going to have to go for it here. They are in Meadowbrook territory. Clock moves now. Fourth quarter, 37-22 in favor of Philo. Been a good game. Meadowbrook has had to rally most of the night, and they have they've come back, but this play will determine a lot of the fourth quarter, as Brett stated earlier. That's Bailey in the backfield with Lincecum in the shotgun. Lincecum back to pass, got a man over the middle. Guess who? Talon Preston. What a great strike on a WB Green Insurance first down. Nice ball.
Absolutely. I think that when you come out in that pass formation, especially when you spend 90% of your offensive plays in the third quarter running, it's good that that quarterback is able to make that connection and, you know, not only pick up the first down, but get some energy going coming out of that quarter break.
You know, Talon Preston was their quarterback the last couple of years. They moved him to running back. However, the move has certainly paid off because the guy is so dangerous running and now catching.
Absolutely. When you have a back that is capable of just dismantling a defense and absolutely controlling, like on this run here.
Yeah, down to the 15. Good enough for in the neighborhood
just
of
short.
8 or 9.
When you have a runner who is, you know, commanding the game in the way that Talon Preston is, it makes it hard to keep your eyes off of him. And that, you know, on one hand, it can leave the door open for other receivers, but on the other hand, we have to have somebody on him all the time, which can be very draining for a defense.
10:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Philo leads Meadowbrook 37-22. The Electrics have it second down at the Meadowbrook 16-yard line. 2nd and 2. Lincecum under center. It's going to be Preston. Preston gets the first down, a WB Green Insurance first down to the 11-yard line. Another 5 yards for Talon Preston unofficially. 24 carries, 174 yards on the ground for Mr. Preston. Under 10 minutes.
Do you think Meadowbrook's defense is tired of getting ran on?
Yeah, I think they're tired of seeing number 2.
Well, luckily for Philo, they are not tired of seeing number 2,
yeah.
And they're going to continue dominating the game with Talon Preston the way they have these other 3 quarters.
By the way, we're going to see Philo next week at Crooksville in one of our games. So
absolutely.
Stick around for that. Bailey will be the lead block for Preston. Preston inside the 5, inside the goal. There it is. That is a touchdown for Talon Preston for the Electrics.
No longer on the field, just an impressive play by Preston to be patient, wait for the opening, make a break for it, dive into the end zone. You love to see it.
Well, that gives Philo 43. And let's see if they decide to kick the extra point. I think they're going to send Davis on the field. I see a T.
Looks like they're going to try the field goal.
Yeah, now the extra point. It's upcoming for Davis and company for the Electrics. We're going to keep it right here after this try for extra point. And that's a good kick, and it is on the way in and looking good. So 44-22 in favor of Philo. Let's go over our list of sponsors while we have a moment here. Mikey's Auto Body, Bicon Services, Great Clips of Zanesville, Shriver's Pharmacy, Doan Ford, Allen Hunter State Farm, People's Bank, West 40 Auto Sales, Greg's Motor Sales, Rogers Company, Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, WB Green Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, and Valentine Insurance. So, Brett, your impressions of that drive for Philo looked good to me.
I agree. Hey, we want to give a quick quarter update. All score updates brought to you by Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance. It is Harrison Central trailing Fort Fry 51-6. Garraway over top Malvern. That's in the third quarter. The last update 34-8. Right now, Tri-Valley over New Lexington in the fourth quarter 41-7. Barnesville commanding lead over River 63-0. Obviously, West Muskingum and Riverview without a game this week. It's Edison over Caldwell 34-7. Steubenville taking it to Dover 36-7. It is Sheridan 17, John Glenn 14, and a handful of other scores to come later thanks to Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance.
Kickoff for Davis and Philo. Short kick will be fielded up at the 32-yard line, and not much running room. One of the up guys not too used to handling the football. That is Amani Lofton. So Lofton gets about 3 or 4 yards on the kickoff return. So now if you're Meadowbrook, Brett, you've got a lot of work to do because you trail 44-22 and you don't have a lot of time to play with. I think you got to go on top and often.
Yeah, especially when you have, when you're down by as much as you currently have scored, you need to get some momentum going. And right now, I think the best option for Meadowbrook is to, as you mentioned, get some air underneath that ball and see how far you can go and how quick.
Justice Huey, 17 of 20, 186 yards. He will roll to his left. Look, Gowell, what a nice ball. What a beautiful pass to Michael Ray. He split two defenders, did Justice Huey. That is a Saturday afternoon throw, my friends.
Absolutely. And as we just mentioned, Colts doing exactly what, they think is best for them, putting the ball in the air and trying to get some quick yardage. And they did exactly that. A quick first down, they're going to be right back to it.
WB Green Insurance first down up to the 47-yard line. Justice Huey over the middle. Again, another great ball to Landon Kuhn. And another first down at WB Green Insurance first. This Huey is very impressive. Very, very impressive.
Kuhn shaking up a little bit on that play, but he did get up on his own. Did wrestle for a little bit before being taken down to the ground, but it looks like he is okay, so that's very nice to see.
All right, so it's going to be 1st and 10 at the Philo 40-yard line, and Meadowbrook, they're not going quickly to the line of scrimmage. They've had some success.
Yeah, play clock now down to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And they're still looking for the sideline. Now it looks like they have something planned. But if you're the Meadowbrook offensive line, your plan is protect 1-0.
Huey gets some pressure, steps up in the pocket, got another strike to the Colts receiver. That is Braylon Lowry.
I love Justice Huey's confidence right now. He is poised. He knows what he wants to do, and he is delivering for the Colts right now.
Yeah, he has just had an unbelievable night. Back to pass again, flushed out of the pocket. He will take off down to the 20, down to the 15, runs out of bounds at the 14-yard line, but it looks like another WB Green Insurance first down for Justice Huey.
Smart decision there, not trying to force anything, taking what the defense is giving you. In this case, a quick first down run for Huey.
8:12 to go in this football game. 44-22. I wonder if Meadowbrook's going to take a timeout here.
There's an injury down at the 10-yard line. Looks like a Philo player's down on the field.
So we have an official timeout for an injury. We'll take a quick break of 60 seconds. We'll be right back, so do stay with us.
For exceptional auto body repairs, visit Mikey's Auto Body at 1934 Neal Avenue. We're a faith-based company offering 20 years of trusted experience. Enjoy up to half off your deductible with seamless services with all insurance providers. Count on our skilled team for high-quality, honest repairs. Drive with confidence. Choose Mikey's Auto Body for all your repair needs. Give us a call today at 740-319-1550.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
Back to Sam Hatfield Stadium. Brett Klein, Howard Twiggs, glad to be a part of your football evening as the Philo Electrics lead 44-22. There's an injured Electric on the play. It's 1st and 10 for Meadowbrook on the Philo 14. We were talking off air that if Meadowbrook scores, they're most likely going to have to go for 2, which would make it, if they're successful, 44-30. At this point, honestly, Brett, I'm not sure kicking the extra point would do them any good. They pretty much have to go for 2 to try to get within 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I think from here on out, you're trying to go for 2 if you're Meadowbrook. The only tough part is that as soon as you go for 2 and you have the kickoff, you're leaving it in the hands of your defense, who at this point, Philo has 44. They're running all over you. It's a decision that, you have to make no matter what, but it's a matter of can your defense step up and start to do something they haven't done all game, and that's stop the Philo Electrics.
Talon Bailey, the injured player, he walks off on his own, so good news there. Justice Huey in the backfield in the shotgun. You will have Lowry in motion, in trouble, and down he goes. Justice Huey will be thrown down right at the line of scrimmage. So nice job defensively by Philo of containing Huey. And the Meadowbrook's going to have to quickly get the ball snapped.
Which is what they're doing in their lineup quickly. Let's see what kind of reads Huey wants to make here.
They're going to run the football with Braden Black, and Black tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. So Meadowbrook, some opportunities here are going south for them a little bit as they're running clock and now face a 3rd down and long. Huey looks to the end zone. Oh, it's picked again. Oh my, who is this? That's going to be intercepted by the Philo Electrics. And oh boy, another interception. I believe that is Adam Alberry on the interception. So Meadowbrook, interception number 3. And I just think Huey has so much confidence, Brett, that he can thread the needle. I think he tried to put that ball between 2 defenders. That time it burned him.
Yeah, Philo's defense doing good in coverage there, not giving up anything, obviously coming away with an interception. But with Huey's talent, I mean, if I were Justice, I think I would say, I'm going to get this ball in there. We need this, not a bad decision on his part, just not the outcome you hope for.
Well, Lincecum will go back under center for the Electrics. They're on top, 44-22. And they will go straight ahead with the quarterback keeper. And Lincecum, that is Lincecum's first rush of the football game. And gives him 3 yards. So Lincecum has had a good night passing the football, 6 of 8 for 126 yards. Most of the ground game has been the real story for Philo Electrics with 180 yards on the ground for Talon Preston. We'll make it 2nd down for the Electrics with the clock moving. And Lincecum under center with 6:30 to go, 4th quarter. We'll go with Preston. This time he is stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. And I think those Meadowbrook guys, I think they're zeroed in on who number 2 is, Brett.
I think it took them, 4 quarters of play, but I would have to agree. They have not given up any more than, they haven't even seen a 2nd, 3rd, or any other type of play within 5 yards of the first down marker. Now, this is the first drive and the first handful of plays for Philo, but you have yet to see any production on offense.
3rd down for the Electrics. 3rd down and 7.
Quick score update here from Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance. It's the Bel Air Big Red over top of Cambridge, 26-6. That game is 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Wrapping up, you can watch this game as well as Coshocton at Maysville on Wire PTV. That game is 13-12 in the 4th quarter, a close game over in Southtown.
That is a timeout for Philo. We'll keep it right here. We want to remind you that after the game, we have the Great Clips play of the game. The player of the game for Meadowbrook is brought to you by Plus One Pizza. The Lock 9 player of the game for Philo will also be presented, as well as the Guernsey Muskingum Electric lineman of the game for both teams. So lots of awards to give out after the game, so do stick around for that, and a lot of contenders. Kickoffs tonight brought to you by Valentine Insurance. Scoreboard updates, as Brett just mentioned, Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance. First downs by WB Green Insurance. So Philo takes the timeout, and that gives us a chance to tell you that 5 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in this football game. Philo 44-22. Brett, 3rd down, you got to think they're probably going to keep it on the ground and safely punt it in the away, because again, you've got the score on your side.
Absolutely, and the Philo scores crew, whatever you want to call them, keeping us entertained during that timeout, playing a little journey over their jumbotron with some speakers, similar to what we saw during that rain delay a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, Steve Perry. All right, it's going to be Preston. He is not going very far.
Big stop here for
punting situation. Yep.
Big stop for Meadowbrook. It's their chance to get their ball back. Based on how the kicking game has gone for Philo so far, they could even get this ball into their own territory following the punt.
Now, Philo's certainly not going to be in a hurry. Back deep for the Colts will be Braylon Lowry. If I'm not mistaken, is this not the first punt of the football game for Philo? I believe it is.
It might be. I don't quite remember
is.
if there was one in the first half, but hey,
It is.
It's always a first for everything.
Braylon Lowry will be the receiver. Mason Runkle will be the punter. Nope, I think it's the second because he had a short one in the first half. Lowry will let it drop, and that is, in fact, Runkle's second punt of the game, and it will roll down to the 40-yard line. So Philo will be in business defensively, and now Meadowbrook with a lot of work to do at the 4:58 mark of the fourth quarter. Numbers for Huey, 20 of 23, 230 yards for Justice Huey. All right, I would expect them to continue to air it out, Brett, would you not?
If you're Meadowbrook, you have just under 5 minutes, and you're still down the same score you were 4 minutes ago, so I would say yes.
Huey, deep drop, going to go for everything for Lowry. Great catch by Braylon Lowry. WB Green Insurance first down, 20-yard strike.
Looks like a Philo player might be hurt on this play, which is going to give Meadowbrook a much-needed break. Yeah, Philo down on the field.
Boy, Braylon Lowry, 7 catches for 118 yards here in this football game.
Lowry looking impressive. The physicality on that catch was something amazing to see. Got up there, grabbed the ball, hauled it in, made sure he retained possession, and an easy first down for the Colts.
Sponsors tonight are Valentine Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, WB Green Insurance, Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, the Rogers Company, Greg's Motor Sales, West 40 Auto Sales, People's Bank, Allen Hunter State Farm, Doan Ford, Shriver's Pharmacy, Great Clips of Zanesville, Bicon Services, and Mikey's Auto Body. We appreciate all of those good folks, and we couldn't do it without them. So, Brett, if you're Meadowbrook, you're looking at the time and score, you need 3 touchdowns, and you need them in a hurry.
Yeah, if Meadowbrook was able to just say, this is what we're going to do, if they were a high-powered offense, I would say you're at the 35. I would go for an end zone shot, but that is not a realistic expectation for for the Colts right now. So take what the defense is giving you, which is what they've been doing the past couple drives, other than a few mental mistakes. Obviously a turnover, not only from an interception, but a turnover on down. So I would just pick and choose what the defense is giving to you, and you take that.
Deep drop for Huey, and is it going to be picked? I think it might be. Double coverage that time on Lowry, and it is picked. Another interception for Justice Huey.
Well, I was almost right, Howard. They did take an end zone shot, which is the last thing I expected, but that ball into double coverage, they tipped it around for a little bit, came down into the Philo player's hands at just the last second. So just when you think Meadowbrook gets a stop and they try to push that ball down the field to get into a score, it's back in Philo's ball, even further back, so they have more time. If they get first downs effectively, I think they could run this game all the way down to zeros.
You know, as great a night as Justice Huey's had, and he has 4 picks.
Yeah, that's tough to overcome. I mean, obviously, you turn the ball over 4 times on top of the fumble that they had, the turnover on downs that they had. Yeah. I mean, it's very difficult for the Colts to come back, which obviously the score reflects that.
5 turnovers. Straight ahead come the Philo Electrics. I think that might be Grant Carpenter on the carry. We'll have to see if that number. Oh, Preston, it is still Preston. So somebody's a little banged up for Philo. I think the heat's starting to take its toll here, Brett, as a lot of the guys are cramping a little bit.
I've noticed a lot of
right there.
Yeah, I see a lot of legs going up in the air. You know, they're not, other than the one that we had early in the first half, a lot of these are, I'm down on the ground, somebody is holding my leg and dealing with what's most likely a cramp in both scenarios.
Yeah, this has been an extremely long football game. 4 minutes, 28 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. 2 guys down, 1 for each team, and that's gonna set us back just a little bit more. So we do want to remind you that we have some post-game awards, so stick with us. Not a lot of scoring here in the second half, just 3 touchdowns. most of the damage done in the first half. And the only score here in this fourth quarter was a Talon Preston touchdown run. So the guys from Meadowbrook are up and on their feet. Let's see if we can get the same going for the Philo Electrics, as we're not sure exactly who that is, but we can definitely tell you just by the medical treatment, it is a cramp. And let's see, I think we're going to get some good news on the cramp. And again, a hard, hot night for both teams, as both teams have gone up and down the field. And huge drives, huge plays. And still down. Again, we don't exactly have a number on that, but and hopefully it's nothing more than a cramp. But from what we can tell, Brad, it looks like a cramp. Well,
yeah, based on all the, like you mentioned, this has been an abnormally hot week. Temperatures higher than what you would expect for the middle of September. And I definitely would have to think that there's a cramp here. There's those moments, even, people like you and I, we're not the athletes that are out on the field right now, but we're definitely prone to getting something every now and then. So the only thing that's, kind of contradictory to what's going on, he's down for a while. So you would hope that it's just a cramp that's taking him a while to recover from. But if it is something serious, we hope that he does, recover soon and get better as quick as possible.
By the way, that is Talon Preston, who is down. He's taking a slug of water, so I think he's okay. He's walking off.
Walking on his own 2 feet.
Yeah, good news there. So I just think that give the guy just his dues a little bit. He's been pounded tonight. He's played both ways, offensively, defensively, special teams. So the guy has been an Iron Man tonight, and he deserves to be down for a minute, does he not?
Absolutely. When you are controlling the game like you are this week, then you could definitely say, I might just lay here for a minute. It might be a little bit cooler on the ground. I'm not entirely sure, but hey, take a quick break. You earned it.
All right, 4:23 to go here in the fourth quarter. Philo has it second down, and they will go right up the middle on a run and a first down. WB Green Insurance first down,
and he's
up
gone.
To the 40, 30, and that is going to be a touchdown for Talon Bailey, and that is going to be 90 yards on the touchdown run.
Not what we expected to see coming off of that. And based off of the names that I'm hearing, Howard, it looks like Philo is sinking their talons deep into the Colts.
Wow.
2 Talons taking it to Meadowbrook and just tearing them up.
Talon to the house, 90 yards. Wow. That makes it 50-22 in favor of the Electrics. And I've got a feeling, Brett, if the ball changes hands back to Philo, I think some of the guys who've done a lot of work tonight are going to be watching this one, and why not? Holland Davis on the extra point try for the Electrics, trying to tack on 51st point, and it is in fact good again. So at the 4:04 to mark, we'll take a break. It's 51-22 Philo.
Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a proud supporter of high school football. Contact one of the 42 agencies writing for Patrons Buckeye for a quote from your local insurance company covering Ohio. Whether you need coverage for your home, mobile home, cabin, seasonal home, a garage, or even farm equipment, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is located in Caldwell, Ohio, and can help. Visit our website, patronsbuckeye.com.
Fall means cooler temperatures and the changing of the seasons. The Rogers Company is ready with all heating services. They install furnaces, geothermal, ductless systems for both residential and commercial. They provide repairs and maintenance to all makes and models. On the commercial side, they're the area's refrigeration company. Put the Rogers Company team to work for you. Call 740-685-8677. The Rogers Company says, go Colts.
All right, we are nearing the end of this one, where it's 51-22 Philo with a point explosion over the Meadowbrook Colts. Colts back deep have Lowry and Aiden Farrell awaiting this kickoff by Cole Davis. It's going to be a short kick fielded by Brandon Kuhn. Calls for the fair catch, and that's where he will begin at his own 40-yard line.
The running game for Philo has been nothing short of dominating this game. You know, you have Talon Preston, who controlled almost all of this game. He gets hurt. The next play, you know what they say? Don't worry, we have another Talon. He comes out, 90-yard touchdown rush. I mean, if you're Philo, you have to be happy with how your offense is handling the game so far.
All right. By the way, we've been busy tallying up our post-game awards. So 1st and 10 for the Colts at the 44-yard line. Huey will go straight ahead, handoff to Black. Black's had a really good night also. He will have enough for the first down. Will Braden Black. Black, that gives him carry number 29 for 150 yards. Braden Black. 1st and 10 on WB Green Insurance first down. Black again falls to the 35-yard line. Gain of 7 for Braden Black.
Very similar to the other drives we have seen from Meadowbrook this entire second half. You start off with a couple of decent, strong plays, get a couple first downs, get good yardage. Now the question is it going to be the same result as we've seen before in a turnover, or are the Colts going to change it up a little bit, make a tiny dent into the big lead that the Electrics have?
That's going to be Black, 3rd straight carry, has enough for the WB Green Insurance first down, and carry number 31 for Braden Black. 3:20 to go here in this one. And Meadowbrook starting to run out of clock. 1st and 10, they do have it though in Philo territory. Black again to the 30, to the 25. Still on his feet, down to the 21-yard line. Gain of 9 for Braden Black.
Almost a WB Green, but just short. Once they switch to the running game, which is not something we've seen much out of Meadowbrook, they have been quite effective this drive and just pushing that ball downfield.
2nd down and 1. Officials stop the clock. Somebody's got to tie their shoe for the Electrics. All right, here we go. Huey in the shotgun. Throws a little bubble screen to Bentley Seedor. Seedor down to the 10, inside the 10. Pass from Huey. Huey now 22 of 25.
The Philo coach is right next to us looking for a block in the back from the Colts that drive, but just didn't get it.
No, I don't think you're going to see much at this point. Straight ahead run that time for Black. He will be inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. Will be Braden Black on carry number 33. 2:15 to go here in the 4th quarter. Meadowbrook quickly to the line of scrimmage. They'll go with Black again. He is stopped short of the goal line. Here's Braden Black. So Philo, they're saying, hey, we don't want to give up another score. So it's going to be 3rd down and goal on the 3-yard line for the Colts. Huey to pass well over the intended receiver, Michael Ray. So Huey unofficially 257 yards of passing yards tonight. It's going to be 4th down and goal now on the 3-yard line. For the Colts trying to get one more score. It's going to be Black, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage and no go. And that, my friends, should pretty much do it for the Philo Electrics as they're going to take over with 1:42 to go. And I'm thinking, Brett, maybe you take a knee here 4 straight times and be happy with all that?
I believe so. Hey, quick final update from Cambridge Bel Air over Cambridge, 26-6. The Cats winless on the year so far, looking to pick up their first win. The Bel Air Big Red, I believe, moving to 3-2 on the year after starting off 2-2. It is Maysville leading Coshocton 20-13 in the 4th. That game is close, very, very close to a conclusion. Again, all of these live score updates brought to you by the Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Home Finance.
All right, so Philo just needs to...
Which they just took one knee.
Yeah, so that's going to pretty much do it from here. That's going to give us an opportunity to go over a lot of stats that we're going to have following this one. A lot of offense tonight, a lot of scoring, especially in that first half. So the clock now moves down to 1 minute, 15 seconds to go here in the football game. And
2 more knees and...
Yeah. Yep, and they will be...
Philo will be ringing the victory bell here at
Philo is going to move to 3-2 on the season. Let's see, Lincecum takes that knee.
All he should do is let this clock run down another 15 seconds, 55 on the game clock, and now 37 on the play clock. So they get that down to 40 seconds, and we can have ourselves an easy game out of here.
All right, let's see, one more knee. And that's going to do it. That is going to take care of it from here. So the final score is going to be 51-22 in favor of Philo. So a big win for the Eectrics, and disappointing and I'm sure upsetting loss for Meadowbrook. They had rolled in with a 2-game win streak, but unfortunately they weren't able to keep up with the offense and big plays by the Philo offense and defense. So we'll send it back to the studio. When we come back, we'll have our post-game awards, post-game stats. So stay with us. You're listening to high school football on WWKC 104.9.
At People's Bank, we're more than just a bank. As a community bank, we are committed to where we work and live, giving back to the organizations you care about through sponsorships, donations, and volunteer hours. When you bank with People's, you're not just a client. You're part of a community of neighbors helping neighbors. People's Bank, working together, building success. Member FDIC. Visit us at pebo.com.
Shriver's Pharmacy is a proud supporter of Ohio high school sports, wishing all area athletes, coaches, and parents a healthy and successful season. When you play, play with heart. Local and independent since 1979. Shriver's Pharmacy, because we care.
Looking for reliable insurance that fits your life? Look no further than Allen Hunter State Farm in Cambridge, Ohio. From auto to home to life insurance, we offer a range of options tailored to your needs. With our friendly, knowledgeable team, you'll get the protection and peace of mind you deserve. We're dedicated to being there for you, just like a good neighbor should. Call Allen Hunter State Farm today and discover how we can help you safeguard your future. Call 740-439-5385. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Attention RV enthusiasts. Stoney's RV is having a model year closeout. Save thousands on your dream RV. Don't wait, now's the perfect time to get into their winterization schedule and ensure your RV is ready for the colder months ahead. As a full-service dealership, they've got you covered from sales to maintenance. Need propane? Stoney's has a fill station on site. Plus, check out Stoney's massive parts and accessory store, the largest in the area. Visit Stoney's RV today and drive away with incredible savings.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Final score tonight from Sam Hatfield Stadium, 51-22, Philo over Meadowbrook. The Electrics move to 3-2 on the season. They will travel to Crooksville next week in a game that we will be there on. Meadowbrook drops to 2-3, and their short 2-game win streak is over, where Philo now has won their 3rd consecutive game.
I was sitting in.
You can imagine. Let's get it going right here. Meadowbrook started the game with the first score on a 17-yard pass from Justice Huey to Bentley Seedor. However, Philo answered on a 26-yard run by Talon Preston. And then later in the first quarter, Talon Preston had a 99-yard interception return. The extra point try was no good. And then Philo came back again on a 34-yard pass from Jack Lincecum to Adam Mahan at the 122 mark on a touchdown pass. The try for 2 was no good. That would be Mahan's first of 2 touchdown passes for the night. In the second quarter, a big play as Lincecum hit Adam Mahan again on a 64-yard bomb. Just a thing of beauty, both throwing the ball, catching, and running. The try for 2 was no good. And then on a 23-yard pass from Justice Huey to Landon Kuhn, the Colts came back. Michael Ray caught the 2-point conversion, and that's where we stood at the halftime break. In the third quarter, Brandon Snyder on a 5-yard run for the Electrics, or for the Colts rather, Justice Huey hit Jake Burris on a 2-point conversion. And then at the 5:14 mark of the third quarter, Jack Lincecum on a 1-yard run scored. The try for 2 was no good. In the fourth quarter, Talon Preston scored his 3rd touchdown of the game on a 6-yard run. Davis's extra point was good. It was 44-22 at that point. And then rounding things out, Talon Bailey, the blocking fullback for the Electrics, broke a big one, 90-yard run. Davis' extra point was good. That made it 51-22 in favor of the Philo Electrics. Team-wise, the Electrics ran the football 34 times for 320 yards. They were committing no turnovers along the way. Through the air, Lincecum 6 of 8 for 126, no picks. They were penalized 5 times for 40 yards and accumulated 446 yards of offense. For the Colts, they ran the football 43 times for 214 yards, committed 1 lost fumble. Through the air, Justice Huey, 257 yards passing on 22 of 26, and that was also with 4 interceptions, so 471 yards of offense, 6 penalties for 50 yards for the Colts. Individually, for the Colts on the ground, it was Braden Black, 35 carries for 177 yards, 5 carries by Justice Huey for 30 yards. Colton Snyder had 3 carries for 7. Huey, as we mentioned, 257 through the air on 22 of 26. Braylon Lowry, 118 yards of receptions on 7 catches. 6 catches for Bentley Cito for 60 yards. Landon Kuhn, 5 catches for 50. Michael Ray, 2 catches for 29. Braden Black had a catch for 10. Jacob Burris had a catch for 14. For Philo on the ground, Talon Preston, 28 rushes, 184 yards. Talon Bailey, if you can believe this, 5 carries for 132 yards. Jack Lincecum had a touchdown run of 4 yards. Lincecum through the air, 6 of 8, 126 yards. Through the air, Alex Evans caught a couple of balls for 7. Adam Mahan, the big guy on the receiving department tonight, 104 yards on 3 catches for the Electrics. Talon Preston also caught a ball for 15. All right, Brett, I think it's probably time to give out some awards. What do you say?
I believe so. We have a handful of awards to give out here in this post-game report. We have the play of the game, brought to you by Great Clips of Zanesville. This player will receive a free Great Clips haircut at either Zanesville Great Clips location. To me, I think that's a good thing, especially if you're a parent and you're like, hey, your hair's getting a little long. If you have a free haircut courtesy of Great Clips of Zanesville, we love to see that. So I think this is going to take us back to earlier in the game. Lincecum had a 64-yard touchdown pass that, honestly, during the time that it occurred, it really helped the Philo offense get going and build their lead.
Yeah, that pretty much sealed the lead by more than 2 scores. So I agree with you, Brett. That Lincecum pass to Mahan for the 64 yards was probably just something that Meadowbrook couldn't overcome.
Yeah, and then we also move on. Hey, we have a player of the game for Meadowbrook and for Philo as well. Both of those players who we have selected, they'll both be walking away with an individual pizza. Now, for Meadowbrook, they're going to be walking away with a +1 pizza, so congratulations to, we're going to give that to Braylon Lowry. If you look at his production offensively, Howard, what were his stats again?
He had 7 catches for 104 yards. However, the big thing for me when watching him was, I should say, 118 yards on 7 catches. He was in traffic, Brett. I mean, he had to really get his way free because he was bracketed most of the night by Philo, and he was able to find some creases. So Braylon Lowry also did a great job on kick returns as well. So he had well over probably 200 yards in returns and receiving. So congratulations to Braylon Lowry, the +1 pizza player of the game.
Yeah, we also turn over to the Philo side. This Philo player of the game will get a free pizza from Lock 9 Pizza right across the roadway here. You don't have to go far to get to Lock 9 Pizza if you are a Philo Electric. And there's one player whose name we said a lot during this broadcast, and I think he is definitely worthy of this Player of the Game award.
Yeah, this is one of those deals where, I mean, you got to give credit to a lot of guys for Philo. A lot of guys played well, but I'll tell you what, Talon Preston, just on both sides of the ball, outstanding. 3 touchdowns tonight for Talon Preston, including the 99-yard interception return. And that was so crucial, Brett, because Meadowbrook was about to go ahead in the football game, 12, possibly 13 or 14-7. Philo had led 7-6. They were inside the 10-yard line. They score, it could be a different ball game.
Absolutely. And, if you're Meadowbrook and you're driving down and you're going back and forth, before that play even starts, you're thinking, this is our chance to get into the end zone. If we're going to have a back and forth battle, we might as well be the one who is able to make these hard-hitting, punches and be able to get into the end zone just as easily as Philo did tonight. But then Justice Huey, as great as he did tonight, I mean, all credit to him. He had a fantastic game, but turnovers definitely were his Achilles heel tonight. When you have that 99-yard pick six, I mean, as an offense, as a quarterback, as an offensive coordinator, whichever way you want to look at it, it is not only deflating, it is so difficult to move on from that. And in the case of Philo, it allowed them to really take control of the game the way that they wanted to following a defensive score.
Yeah, so Talon Preston, well-deserving of the Lock 9 Pizza Player of the Game. Now, the Guernsey Muskingum Electric lineman of the game. Now, I got to be honest, Brett, I thought the Philo line, top to bottom, all guys were really, really solid tonight. It was hard to say, hey, this guy stood out. But for me, I watched Braden Bernard, number 57, did a very nice job of really doing a lot of sealing on those Talon Preston runs, and also defensively on the line for Bernard. I thought he was very deserving. And then for Meadowbrook, of course, our big guy, Casey Clendenning, for the lineman of the game for the Meadowbrook Colts.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. One thing I thought was strange is you look at the special teams, and he was a bigger body in a kicker. You don't see that often.
No.
So, we want to congratulate all these players who are coming with post-game awards, and thanks to our sponsors for, stepping up and providing these for these players. we get a couple of comments and compliments from people saying, I really appreciate you guys doing this and being able to provide this for the students. Our student got this and he was so happy. He came home and he's like, well, I know what I'm doing for lunch or dinner tomorrow. So, and especially if you have one of those linemen who get a special reward like that, heck, that might be a midday snack for him. I know it would be me, but a big congratulations to all of those people who are coming with those awards. And overall tonight, a dominating win from Philo, but a lot of good from both sides here.
Yep. That's going to give us a chance before we sign up to take care of those sponsors that Brett's just talking about. Kickoffs tonight brought to you by Valentine Insurance. Scoreboard updates, Bradley Lending Team with First Ohio Finance. First downs were WB Green Insurance sponsored. Great Clips sponsored our play of the game. Player of the game from +1 went to Braylon Lowry. Player of the game from Lock 9 Pizza went to Talon Preston. And one more look at our sponsors, Valentine Insurance, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Stoney's RV Sales and Service, Cedar Ridge Behavioral Health Solutions, WB Green Insurance, Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, Rogers Company, Greg's Motor Sales, Mikey's Auto Body, Bicon Services, Great Clips of Zanesville, Shriver's Pharmacy, Doan Ford, Allen Hunter State Farm, People's Bank, and West 40 Auto Seal. So 51-22, my friend. Any final thoughts?
Final thoughts, I would have to say, if you're Philo and you look at this win, you're 3-2 on the year, and what's tough is that you have a lot of MVL games coming up because that's going to determine a lot of, the playoff implications if you can get that far, which, depending on the region, it's going to be tough to make the playoffs no matter what with your competition that you have. I think if you're Philo, you take this win and say, what can we improve upon, and how can we evaluate other defenses that are either similar or the complete opposite, and be able to transform that onto the field and be able to do good with that. A quick note, you might hear a little bit of cheering. The band is getting ready to do their post-game run. I myself, did marching band for 5 years, so this is something that is very fun to do I wouldn't say fun because, it was tiring after a long game and I have to go through your entire show, but it's very nice to see this and a good support from the, the Philo faithful as well. But anyway, if you're Meadowbrook, a lot of good things to take away from this game. You're able to get the ball moving and, defensively not exactly the showing you want to see. But I think improvements, you need to limit your turnovers. Justice Huey did a great job throwing the ball through the air, but, man, you have 4 turnovers along with a couple others offensively, a turnover on downs along with a fumble. That's just something that as a team, if you want to win a game, you can't have that many mistakes. Something that it's hard to replicate in a game setting because, you're going up in practice against, people you go to school with every day, not somebody who's, 45 minutes away in a different county. But a lot of good from Meadowbrook as well. As I mentioned, getting the ball through the air. Justice Huey looks so very comfortable in the pocket, and he's very poised. He has a great arm. We both mentioned we think that he has some potential if he keeps developing as a player, that he could possibly go onto the next level. Obviously not, the very top level. Otherwise, he would have 600 yards tonight and a couple other, feats. But definitely the opportunity is there. So if you're Meadowbrook, a lot to work on, but a lot to look back and say, okay, this is what we did good. And Philo, time to move on and say, what can we improve upon for next game? Because for all we know, one game could be a potential fluke. But hey, we can stay tuned to these teams moving forward next week. Just visit yourradioplace.com.
Alrighty. That is going to do it from Sam Hatfield Stadium, where tonight the Philo Electrics defeat the Meadowbrook Colts by the score of 51-22. Our thanks to the tech crew, Brett Klein. This is Howard Twiggs. Glad to be a part of your Friday evening. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk to you next Friday. Take care.
You've been listening to High School Football, a presentation of ABC Sports and WWKC Caldwell, Cambridge's KC 105.